Coffee and convo, y'all. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. I am your host, Graphk Raider, man. Salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history, man. I see all my people rocking, man. Salute. Do me a favor, you guys. Wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed yet. It's a lot going on, you guys. It is officially draft week. Just got done watching the Tom Telesco draft presser. We're going to break that down today, you guys. Just want to say salute to everybody, man. I see Primos, Devin Smith, Joe Nation, Denny, Lucky, Grim, Atticus, GA, all my people, man. Salute to you guys. Already over 200 people in the building. Salute, salute, salute to all the members, non-members. If you guys want to become a member, man, hit the link. It's pinned up top. One of the best ways to support what we do over here at OLV, man. And also go check out OakLosVegas.com for the official merch of the channel, man. Some stuff to talk about, man. Tom Telesco's presser, he put a lot out there, man. We're going to break this down to a T, you guys. We're going to talk about the latest Jayden Daniels news. He actually talked about, the idea of him becoming a Raider, you know what I mean? And the chances and we're gonna break that down here. We're gonna also talk about Michael Penix Jr. I don't know if you guys got an opportunity to check out the letter that he wrote to GMs around the league on the Players Tribune. If you guys get an opportunity, man, make sure to go check it out. Phenomenal article. Something that I think will definitely help boost his, raise his stock, in terms of the draft, because the kid has a story, great backstory. And yeah, if you guys get an opportunity, Players Tribune, go check it out. We'll break down a little bit of it. It's a long article. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but we'll definitely go over a little bit of it, man. Let me see. Salute to Sarah. I was late on the presser, watching it now. It's a quick presser. I thought it was going to be longer, you guys, to be honest with you. And salute to Uncle Hondo for actually asking a few good questions, man. We're going to talk about some of the questions that were asked as well. Sarah, watch it. Pull back up if you get a chance to. Short presser. It's not that long at all. Let me see. Salute to Alex. Docs, how would you feel if we didn't draft a quarterback at all? I think we will, but just wondering. I think it would be a failure. Alex, I truly do. Whether that's getting one early or even one in the middle rounds, you have to get one in this year's draft. It's a deep quarterback class. I don't care if you go trade up to get Jayden Daniels. I don't really care if you go get a guy like Jordan Travis and just redshirt him. At the end of the day, you have to come out of this draft with the quarterback, man. I know we went and got Gardner Minshew. I know we seen what Aiden can do, some things he can do last year, but at the end of the day, we need another guy. You know what I mean? You got to make sure that that is the strongest room in the building. And right now, you got to add an additional body. I don't think Anthony Brown's that guy. You have to get a quarterback. You have to. But like I said, whether it's first round, second round, third round, you got to come away with one at least. GA, Telesco got that answer everything and tell you nothing down pat, a real pro. And that was something we're going to talk about over here, GA, because I love the way he goes about his pressers, right? Antonio Pierce is more of a, wears his, heart on his sleeve, so to speak, right? Tom Telesco was kind of boring in a sense. And that's no disrespect to Tom Telesco at all. It's actually a great thing. He's kind of boring. You know what I mean? From the voice to what he's giving the media, it's kind of boring, y'all. Like, it's not really a lot, but there was some kind of some gems there. We'll start going over it now. One thing that I found interesting was, in which I don't agree with him at all, is, you go into a draft looking to draft players and, hoping that they turn out in a minimum of 4 to 5 seasons. Did you guys get that part? He basically said, I think there's a 30% chance of rookies really giving you real production in year one. That, you want to get some guys this year that you can build up and later on down the line in years 4 or 5, you hope they turn out to be, success stories. I have to disagree. Like 4 to 5 years. Shit. I don't know what league Tom Telesco was talking about, because we live in a microwavable era, you guys, where if a player doesn't show some type of life in year 2, fan bases and some organizations are already planning on moving on. You know what I mean? So 4 to 5 seasons minimum, I got to question that, because literally you're already pretty much on the second contract, on the second deal, and you're hoping that a player can pan out come the second deal. I don't know about that. It was kind of a weird thing to me. Minimum. Like if he would have said 4 to 5 years, I'd be like, okay, that's something that I can kind of go off of. But minimum 4 to 5 seasons, it's nasty work, because, in I don't think in really any business or any company or any job, anyone is given the opportunity to have 4 to 5 years to figure it out. So, something that I thought was kind of awkward, kind of weird. Maybe that's just him saying, putting some extra pressure on these players. Like, hey man, can you perform before this 4 or 5 year threshold? And maybe it's some pressure also on the existing players. It's already in the building. Like, we need you guys more than ever right now, because these guys may not be prepared to go at this point. So he said, I thought he was saying he's looking for guys that will last 4 to 5 years. That's to go see. I didn't get that. Maybe I'm tweaking, but I didn't get that. I got the sense of him saying, minimum, you're going to start seeing where these players, who they truly are at that point. Let me see. I would think about 3 years, they should start being a player. And that's really where it is. That 3rd year jump is a real thing, Bruce. You know what I'm saying? That junior year, where you got to start turning things around. Like in year 2, you want guys to start turning a corner. In year 3, it's like, okay, they made the jump. They're prepared. Like this year, I want to see Michael Mayer turn the corner at the tight end position. I want to see Trey Tucker turn the corner as our slot receiver. I want to see, certain players turn that corner. Aiden O'Connell, if he is the guy, he has to turn the corner in year 2 if he's going to be the guy moving forward at the quarterback position. You know what I'm saying? But year 3 is the jump, Bruce. That is the year where you make the jump. And then, year 4 and year 5, I would assume that's your bread and butter. That's where you earn that second contract. You know what I mean? Where it's like, okay, we know who they are at this point. Jamal says Graphk Lane is back. Come on, man. Salute to my boy Maul. Let me see. Salute to Devontae Adams in the building. Salute to DeLong. I got what GA said. He only has 3 to 5 years, so he's also looking for future from what I got for it. And maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, brother. Maybe you're right. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was interesting to say for him to say 4 to 5 years minimum. That was something that kind of struck a chord with when I wanted to put this live together. I was like, I wonder what he means by that. One other interesting thing, you guys, which it wasn't really throwing too much out there, but it was like, we have 8 picks right now. We may have 7, we may have 9, so on and so forth. So the idea of potentially trading up is still there with all the hype around Jayden Daniels. He says specifically the numbers, number 7. And think about this, you're probably really moving 1 draft pick this year if you're trading up to get Jayden Daniels. And what I mean by that is you're pretty much swapping first-round picks, right? And then you're moving your second-round pick. That's what I would assume it would take for this season to move up. You're going to move, you're going to package up your 1, you're going to package up your 2, and then you're going to throw them a shit ton of future firsts, maybe some thirds and some seconds also. But in this year's draft, you would move the first-round pick, pretty much swapping with theirs. Let's just say we moved from 13 to 3. So you swap the 13 and 3, you give them a second, and then it's just a bunch of future draft capital at that point. You know what I mean? So it was interesting for him to say, you know, we have 8 draft picks at this point, but we could have 7. You know what I mean? Maybe that's a signal that maybe he will try and make that work to move up to get Jayden Daniels. There's mutual interest there. AP loves him. The nation loves him. You know what I mean? But then he also said, you know, maybe we have more picks. So one thing at this point that I realized, Tom Telesco is not going to tip his hand. That's why I put this in the comments. Is he tipping his hand? No, he's not. He's not going to tip his hand. He's very smart. He started off his presser by saying, you know, pretty much in a nutshell, and this isn't verbatim, so don't quote me on this, but if anyone who watched the presser, he pretty much said, like, let's get to the questions that you guys know I can't answer. So at the end of the day, the presser was kind of like, take from it what you will, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. But he is starting off his presser by saying, you know, let's get those questions out there that I can't answer. I love it. I love that our GM is not, you know, tipping his hand. He's not showing, you know, anybody where the deciding factor, where he's going to go, you know, in terms of staying at 13, trading back, trading up. None of it. I love it, man. Salute to Max, my guy. Remember, guys, Telesco was brought in as a GM most willing to move up in the draft. Salute to Max. We shall see. You know, we all know that, you know, his time with the Chargers, 11 seasons as a GM, you know, he didn't really move up. You know what I mean? He didn't really move up. But, you know, this is also a year where it's a little different with him. You know, he drafted Justin Herbert, kind of fell into his lap out there with the Chargers. You know, he's had his hands in, you know, in Indianapolis with the Peyton Mannings and stuff like that. But I don't think he's never really had a situation where he really, truly needed to go get a quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, he never really had to. This is one of them situations where if he doesn't value Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew is a high, you know, as high as a lot of other people do in the nation, he doesn't look at them as quarterback one, maybe he does something he hasn't done in previous years and move up to go get the guy that he thinks is going to be the guy, whether that is Jayden Daniels, you know, Penix Jr., whoever, you know, JJ McCarthy, who's gaining a lot of steam at this point. Like I said before, I've said it since day one. You know, I've heard that he's very high on Bo Nix. Not saying he would move up to get him, but I'm just saying, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what he does at the quarterback position. Salute to Max. Denny, it was phenomenal. Great read. I'm telling you guys, go to the Players Tribune, look up the Michael Penix Jr. article. Phenomenal. Breaks down where he's from, why he's so hungry, talks about the injuries and, you know, and all the, you know, the loudness, all the noise that is centered around his previous, you know, his injuries that happened in the past. Phenomenal read, man. I love not only the football player Michael Penix Jr., but the man. He seems like a very, very mature prospect that is probably going to come into the league, start day one for some team, and make that organization very, very happy, man. Yeah, if you guys get an opportunity, you know what? I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put it in the Players Tribune. Let me put the article in real quick, you guys. Salute to everybody here in the building. While I look for this, man, you guys wipe them feet, man. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Boom. Here it goes. If you guys get a chance to, after the show, check out this article right here by the Players Tribune that Michael Penix Jr. himself pinned to organize, you know, for GMs around the NFL before the draft. Phenomenal read, man. Let me see. Salute to my brother, Top Beats. Got my guy in the building, man. One of the mob fighters. Salute to my brother. Salute to Brave Raider, my guy. I seen that, RJ. Hondo did a show with Drew Stanton, who says Bo Nix is undraftable. Okay, I didn't read the whole. I mean, actually, I didn't watch the entire video, but I seen people starting to share it around. I didn't even know who it was. I just seen that it was a former player. So I'll definitely check that out. But I got to disagree with Drew Stanton. If Bo Nix is undraftable, that's a strong sentiment, brother. I don't agree with that at all, man. Salute to Brian. The Vikings, who own picks 11 and 23, have been actively working the phones in an attempt to trade up in the draft, per Jeremy Fowler. Yep, seeing it. I'm seeing it left and right, Brian. With all the news of, you know, Jayden Daniels wanting to stay away from the Commanders and and so on and so forth, right? And then, there was another rumor that hit the rumor mill about him saying it'd be the Raiders or the Minnesota Vikings, which is actually terrible for Raider fans that want Jayden Daniels, because Minnesota has 2-1s to offer in order to move up. But it's looking as though, yes, the Vikings are one of those teams trying to find a way to secure one of those top 3 spots. It looks like the New England Patriots. And I'm assuming the Vikings would take J.J. McCarthy there or a Drake May. That's always been 1A, 1B in my mind with the Minnesota Vikings. I don't know if Jayden Daniels is there, they may take him. But I've always assumed that it was going to be a J.J. McCarthy or Drake May. So it could get interesting here. You know what I mean? If the Commanders decide on taking Drake May, it's not a foregone conclusion, you guys, that whoever trades up with New England would take Jayden Daniels. He could fall to 4 where the Cardinals are, and then things can get really interesting at that point. Let me see, man. Salute to my guy, Brian, man. Salute to MTL. What's good, Graphk? Hope you are good, brother. You too, King. Salute to you, my brother. Salute, man. Salute to almost 1,000 people here in the building. We'll be in Detroit all week long, you guys. I actually booked a flight to come home Saturday. I was going to stay until Monday morning. Wasted's flying out Saturday morning. So I'm going to try and get home ahead of the third round. And we can cover the third day, the 4 through 7. See if we can cover it when I get back home to Dallas. But I am leaving Detroit early. I'll be there Thursday for round 1. Round 2, day 2, we're doing round 2 and 3. Me and Wasted, we podding the entire day. And then day 3, I'm traveling back home. So I just got my ticket early to come home. So got some other things going on and stuff like that. So we will not be out there day 3 covering rounds 4 through 7. But I will be getting back home probably just right on time to be able to come in and probably trying to catch the tail end of the draft. So stay tuned for that, man. Salute to MTL. Let me see. Salute to Redbone. The podcast today, Hondo had with Drew was not leather. Drew was saying JD is a 2nd round pick and McCarthy should go number 1. Yo, Redbone. Let's look up some Drew Stanton stats. You want to look up some Drew Stanton stats? Let's look up some Drew Stanton stats. Let's look and see, the journeyman himself, Drew Stanton. Let's go look and see what this guy has done at the NFL level. And no, this is no shade to him. He actually made it to the NFL. You know what I mean? Like anyone that makes it to the league, you have to give them their flowers. But at the end of the day, a guy that performed the way Drew Stanton did at the NFL level, I'm not going to take a lick of what he's saying about these quarterbacks. Anyone that says that JD is a 2nd round talent is fucking. All right, let me just mind my business. Let me mind my business. All I'm gonna say is this, man. You guys know I'm not the biggest Jayden Daniels fan in the world, right? Do I believe that the Raiders will be one of the greatest positions for him? Yes, I do. But I do believe if he goes to a wrong situation like the Commanders, his career may get derailed a little bit. So, but is he a 1st round talent? Yes. Is he a top 10 pick? Yes. Is he a top 5 pick in this deep quarterback class? Yes. Anyone that says that Jayden Daniels is a 2nd round guy is absolutely insane. That is nasty work. And I know a lot of people like JJ McCarthy, you know what I mean? And I'm one of them. I like JJ, but I don't see him as this guy that's going to be the number 1 guy in the NFL. Come on, bro. Drew Stanton, God damn, dog. What in the fuck is going on, bro? Bro, like it sucks because a piece of me, right? I look at it like I love seeing former players get an opportunity to cover this sport, to cover this league after their careers are gone, right? Like you always want to see these guys be able to make a bag still off of the game that they played their entire life. I just hate to see players like this that fucks it up for others, because I don't know about y'all, but I've started to stop watching a lot of these player podcasts because of shit like this. Like it's just like some of these guys, like I don't even know, like you guys are players. Speak about the real. Don't go out here and throw hot takes into the world just to try and get some type of, some type of energy around what you got going on. You know what I mean? Like, it's just nasty work to me. Some of these guys just say the most outlandish shit for clicks. And it's like, man, like you're a former player. Some of these guys are Pro Bowl, all pro guys that just create these podcasts and say the weirdest shit in the world, man. And it's players like this that definitely kill it for people like me that want to support former players and what they got going on in terms of, commentary and podcasts. It just sucks, man, to see shit like that, because he said Drew Stanton compared Jayden to Marcus Mariota and RG3. Yeah, man, I'm done. I'm not even going to talk about no Drew Stanton no more, bro. Yeah. Who the fuck are you, fam? D&D, bro. D&D. Salute to Axe in the building, man. Let's just draft team players that want to be in LV. Salute to my guy, Bruce, man. And I'm here for it. I hear you, brother. I tried watching Hondo today. I just shaking my head. See, I didn't get an opportunity to watch it. You know what I mean? So I didn't really get to see. I just seen that he had Drew, on the thumbnail. So I didn't get an opportunity. After this show is over, I'll make sure to double back and check it out. But I'm gonna be real with you, man. I'm only gonna go over there and watch it because of Hondo. Like, if you're saying that Drew Stanton said Jayden Daniels is a 2nd round pick and JJ McCarthy should be picked over, over Caleb Williams, it's nasty work out here in these streets, man. It's nasty work, man. But, hey, slow time of the season, man. People trying to get whatever they can out of this shit, I guess. You know what I mean? Some people like me that'll take 3-4 days off because I'm not just going to be out here just throwing anything into the universe to get clicks. You know what I mean? Some people are going to just every day, boom, 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 just to keep content going. When motherfuckers like me and Wasted, if there's nothing really to talk about, we're not going to come out here and just do shit just to do shit. So, it is what it is. And that's no knock on anybody. I'm just saying, man, some people got to be a little bit more responsible and a little less reckless, you know what I mean, with putting shit out into the universe, man. Salute to Ty, man. My dog is back here tweaking. Lay there. Salute the Brave. Surgery went well. No cancer after tumors found. Yes. Salute to my brother Rick, man. God is good, my brother. Salute to you, man. Salute to you, my brother. God is good to hear, man. It's good to hear. Salute to my guy Ant. Draft season. Let's go. Nation. Let's get it, man. Let's get it, man. Yeah, prayer hands in the comments section for our brother Rick, man. It's always great to see, one of our own dodge a bullet like that, man. Great, man. Salute to Nav, man. My boy is in the building. Let me see. I appreciate you, man. Madden Life. That means a lot to me, man. It means a lot. Let me see. Arizona is open for business with the number 4 pick, Docs. I mean, look, they're looking at it like this. At the end of the day, they want Marvin Harrison Jr. And a dark horse pick for them would be offensive line help to go get a tackle, right? At the end of the day, if they need a wide receiver and they're open for business and Jayden Daniels is available there at 4, I'm trading because they're still going to be able to find a phenomenal wide receiver at 13. Rome may fall to 13. It's a realistic thing, you guys. He may be available there at 13. And then there's other guys that, people are not really putting a lot more respect on their names, like a Xavier Leggetti out of, South Carolina. There's other guys, a Keon Coleman out of Florida State. There's other guys there. I don't think that Arizona realistically needs to take a Marvin Harrison Jr. there because they have so many holes. I think they've always been open for business. It's just easy for them to say, we're taking Marvin Harrison Jr. at 4 because that's a need. But they realistically, King, they need to trade back and pick up as much draft capital as possible in order to build that thing up the right way. They're not a Marvin Harrison Jr. away from the playoffs. They're not a Marvin Harrison Jr. away from Kyler Murray having a breakout all-pro year. They're just not. You know what I mean? They're not. They need more than that. So I'm not shocked about if they are available. I mean, if they are open for business at 4, they have a lot of holes out there in Arizona, man. Salute to True, man. Tom Telesco seemed confident in AP's ability to analyze players and said that he has not deviated from what he wants, which will help them identify who fits as a Raider. I love it, man. True, and I agree with you, brother. Like, you can tell that rapport is getting built there between him and AP, our head coach and our GM, and I love it, man. I love it. I think that Tom Telesco loves the energy that that Antonio Pierce is bringing to this organization as the head coach. I think that he trusts him a lot to identify talent, and it's going to be an interesting draft, man. It's funny because True, we're going to watch this draft and we're going to be able to tell, right, who has their handprint, their fingerprints on these picks. Like, remember, with Mayock and Grew, it's like, oh, that was a Gruden pick. We knew Max Crosby was a Mayock pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain players we're going to be like, oh, that was a Tom Telesco guy. You know what I mean? And, oh, okay, Tom gave Tom gave AP, this pick right here, that's an AP guy. Definitely going to be interesting to watch round for round, seeing, how this thing plays out, because I'm telling you now, there's going to be some clear-cut picks, you guys, where it's like, that was a Tom pick, that was an AP pick. I think they're going to work together and they're going to get this thing right. And next year is going to be a really, really big year for our Raiders out there in Las Vegas, man. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. Docs, draft a cornerback one, trade for one, or find one that's a free agent. Put on your GM cap. I've said it since day one, Ax. I put Quinyon Mitchell on the thumbnail because that is my favorite cornerback out of Toledo in this year's draft. I think he fits the Raider mold. I think that he'll be a phenomenal player for us for years to come. Could potentially be our corner one of the future, even with Jack Jones in the building. I just don't know if you want to get one that early when right tackle is a need, brother. It's a need. Whoever you have at quarterback, you have to identify a right tackle. You know what I mean? I don't think that they're comfortable with Parham being the guy at right tackle. I don't think they're comfortable at all to even think about Dalton Wagner at this point after IRing, the whole season last year. So I love Quinyon. I love Terrion Mitchell. There's a few other corners I like early in round one. But at the end of the day, me personally, I've said this since day one, Ax, I would rather go out and sign a Stephon Gilmore, go sign a Dory Jackson, go sign a Xavier Howard, bring in a veteran corner that can be your corner two in this season, have Jack Jones be a number one guy on the outside, and then go get one of those guys in the middle rounds, a Kyrie Jackson, a Cam Hart, those kind of guys, a big body corner out of Notre Dame, big body corner out of Oregon. Go identify that need in the middle rounds so you don't have to reach for a corner so early. I value the right tackle position and the quarterback position over the corner position, even though I think corner is one of the toughest positions to play in the NFL. We need a right tackle. We need a quarterback over a corner in this year's draft. So my GM hat on is on, Ax. Go get a veteran right now. You know what I mean? Or after the draft, whatever. It doesn't matter. Even though you may want to get one beforehand, because after the draft, maybe the money goes up a little bit because now teams have needs to fill, and now the respective free agent can ask for a little bit more money because they know, that they're in need at this point. So me personally, I've been said it before the draft. I would have went and got one of these, veteran corners, had Jack Jones as your corner one this year, and then develop a guy like Cam Hart or Kyrie Jackson in those mid rounds. That's what I would do. Salute to Ax, man. Salute to Eddie, my guy. Man, bring Coleman and Paul home. I would love to see it, brother. I would love it, man. I would love to see, Keon Coleman. I've told Paul it's one of my dreams to see my boy, one of my good friends in real life, one of my brothers, have a Raider client. It would be just so much fun because not only, that's my bro. So I'm going to be definitely picking his brain about a lot of shit. We'll have a lot of great content coming out because of bringing Paul on the show and talking about, that'd be phenomenal, man. I'm hoping and praying somehow, some way we get a Keon Coleman, even if he falls to the second round or third round. Let's just say he fell to the third, which is not going to happen. But if we somehow, some way got Keon Coleman or a Marcus Banks, safety out of Mississippi State, another guy that is his client as well, a safety that's probably going to be like a 4th, 5th, 6th round pick. It'd be great to have one of those guys, man. Salute to Eddie. Salute to Nav, man. My dog. Appreciate you, brother. Got to check out Max's Rush with Minshew. Bro, if you haven't already, anybody wants to know who GM is, it's full out him, 100% Lil ass boy. Haha. Salute to that, man. I definitely watched it. Definitely loved it. And it made me like Gardner Minshew even more than I already did. You know what I mean? So I think that was one of the better Rush podcasts that Max has put out thus far. And he's put out a lot of great shows. I definitely believe that the Rush one was probably, the Minshew one was probably top 3 pods that he's dropped. I think the other one with the entire defensive line with Adam Butler on there, Malcolm Kuntz, I loved that one as well. Salute to Nav, man. Spivey, my guy. Appreciate you, brother. Telesco is confident in his ability to find talent. This is facts. Salute to Spivey, to Kevin Nash of Shieldmore, man. Salute to Rex on a $5 donation. 5 years from now, Penix and JJ will be considered the best quarterbacks from this draft, unless someone trades up for JD just based off where they are drafted. Salute to Rex. Hey, man, you never know. We got to double back, Rex, and check out this super a few years from now. But I do believe that those two guys definitely possess the talent to be considered some of the best quarterbacks out of this year's draft, especially Michael Penix Jr. But salute to Rex on a $5 donation, my guy. Grizz, I've said it since day one, man. He fits the mold of a Raider, the nastiness that he brings, to the lineman group. It would just be phenomenal to bring in a Fuaga. I think he fits what we do, and I think that he could be an anchor for 10-plus years on the right side of our offensive line, man. Salute to my dog, Grizz. As always, salute to Niles. Thank you, sis. I appreciate you, love, so much. Thank you. Salute to all the new members in the building because of Niles. If you guys want to become a member, hit the link. It's pinned up top. It's one of the best ways to support what we do over here at OLV. Salute to you, sis. As always, appreciate you. Salute to my brother LV Maximus in the building. Another mod father in the building. Salute to Mondo Reyes as well. Martin, what's good with my guy? Cowtown Looters in the building as well. Let's get those questions in, you guys. Let's have some fun. Let me see. Top Beats, man, my brother, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Salute to my dog, my big bro, my fellow NorCal brethren. Salute to all the new members in the building also because of my brother Top Beats, man. One of the GOATs and one of the mod fathers of OakLosVegas. Salute to my guy. Did you guys get an opportunity to check out Jayden Daniels addressing the idea of becoming a Raider? So we're only a few days away. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be so much up and down, news regarding Jayden Daniels. One day it's the Raiders are going to trade up and get him. He doesn't want to be a Commander. The next day it's he never said he didn't want to be a Commander, that they're going to take him at 2. We just don't know what it is at this point. And I like how the young man addressed this situation. He actually kind of said it perfectly. He'd appeared on the Nightcap show with Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson. Daniels addressed the possibility of ultimately landing in Las Vegas. And I quote, "I don't know how they're going to pull it off," Daniels said, "but I mean, that's above my pay grade, man. AP, just as a human being, he's the right coach for that team. Just him and the intensity that he brings, he challenges people. He was challenging me at 18. So I know if I was to go to the Raiders, I'm not saying I'm going to go there or I want to go there. I want to go wherever my name is called." So he put an end to that Commanders talk publicly, basically saying he's going to go anywhere that takes him. But he also said, I don't know how they're going to pull it off, meaning that he knows his worth, he knows he's going to be a top 2, top 3 pick, and it's going to be a very, very tough assignment for us to move up to get him. But he says, if I was to go to the Raiders, I know as soon as I step foot, he is going to challenge me. So there you have it, man. The words straight out of the horse's mouth that is coming straight from Jayden Daniels. A lot of times we were just going off of, Instagram lives and tweets and stuff like that. The man actually had an interview with Chad Ochocinco, and Shannon Sharp and kind of put it into the whole, I don't want to go to this team. I don't want to go to this team. He let it be known, you guys, wherever he goes, he's going to be happy to hear his name be called. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. Tim says he grew up being a Niner fan. That kind of sucks. Hey, man, convert him, man. Convert him. At the end of the day, look, Tom Brady grew up a Raider fan. A Niner fan. You know what I mean? Like in his prime, I would have loved to have him. I don't really care what team he grew up loving. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted Eric Armstead to be a Raider before he went to Jacksonville. You know what I mean? He grew up in Sacramento, grew up a diehard Niners fan. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, man, hey, you like whoever you like. Whatever team you grew up idolizing, whatever team you grew up loving, that really doesn't matter at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I think that Jayden Daniels would prefer to be a Raider. I think that he would love to be a Raider. And yeah, emotional, just like you said. Max grew up a Lions fan. You know what I mean? Like, there you have it. You know what I mean? So if we went that route, Tim, we probably wouldn't have any. We probably wouldn't have any players if that's the way we're going to treat this thing. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. He's a Cali kid, San Bernardino guy, Southern California. There's 3 teams that they love down there, man. It's the Raiders, it's the Niners, it's the Rams. You know what I mean? So you have to pick one of them. And I'm not mad at Jayden Daniels. Do I hate the Niners? Yes. Do I hate that Jayden Daniels grew up a Niners fan? Yes. But that's not going to stop me from drafting him or trading up to go get him. Let me see. Salute to Punk. Yo, OG, thoughts to me. This is the best case scenario for the long and short-term success. Trade back a couple spots, get Fuaga. I don't think he'll be there. Punk, I don't. If not there, right tackle, then trade to get Penix and corner Kool-Aid or Enos in a second if they fall. So what you're pretty much saying is trade back a couple spots, hope that Fuaga maybe is still there. If he's not, you look at Penix or Kool-Aid, and then you go get Rakestraw in a second. So basically, get your quarterback in the first round by a trade back, but Penix may not be there, brother. He may not be there. There's a lot going on. Kool-Aid will probably be available at the beginning of the second. Rakestraw will probably be available there in the second round. But look, if you want to trade back to get Fuaga, I don't think Fuaga may not even be there at 13. I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm seeing a lot of mock drafts that have him gone before we even draft. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Salute to AC, man. My guy. Broncos' new XFL looking uniforms are trash. At least with that new uniform rule, they brought back real throwbacks. We got to bring back our 1963 AFL logo. Salute to my guy AC, man. I'm one of those guys, man. You know, with the Raiders. If we're gonna bring back some of our old stuff, AC, I'm cool with that. But at the end of the day, don't try and fix what ain't broken, man. Like, we have the greatest uniforms in the world, and I don't even mean just in the NFL. I mean in sports. Period. Don't mess with what we got. The blacked out jerseys, the white out jerseys, the Thursday jerseys. I got a few of those. You know, the color rush joints. You know, don't mess with what is already just top tier goatness. I don't want to mess with these jerseys, man. Keep them exactly how they are. There's no reason to tinker with greatness. Salute to my guy AC. But yeah, I seen those Bronco jerseys. They definitely look very very XFL, bro. Very Arlington, very Houston Rough Riders, DC Defender-ish. Definitely. Salute to my guy, man. Yeah, and if it ain't broke, man, don't fix it. Let me see. Matt Ryan officially retired. Shit, I thought he retired years ago. Let me see. Yeah, man, salute to Devontae, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Almost 1,400 people in the building. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure to hit that thumbs up. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. As always, salute to my brother Swag Jeff. Also, appreciate you for being here, brother. And great show last week with you and Murph, man. It's always great to have my guys on. Salute to Mondo as well with that coffee and convo, man. Salute to my dog. Get some questions in. Let's do a Q&A, you guys. It is draft week. It's draft week. We talked about what Jayden Daniels said on the Shannon Sharp, and Chad Johnson Nightcap show. We talked a little bit about the Tom Telesco presser, which we can still dive into to that a little bit more. Also, the Michael Penix Jr. Players Tribune article. He just wrote a letter, man, to GMs within the NFL. You guys want to go over this a little bit? We can go over it a little bit. If you guys want to hear some of this, if you guys don't want to go look for it yourself, we can definitely break down some of this Michael Penix Jr. Article. Salute to AC. Hell no, I don't want to mess with them. I just want to wear them as a throwback the way we wear our white jerseys with the silver numbers every year. Okay, I got you, AC. Salute to my guy. Appreciate you again on the $5 donation, my dog. Salute to Flores. Yeah, I don't want to mess with him, man, at all. Salute to Flores. AG, give me 2 picks we get that makes an A no matter who else we get. 2 players. In my eyes, well, if you lead with Jayden Daniels, that's an A. That's an A. You get your quarterback of the future. So I'd say him, and then in those middle rounds, let's just say that we somehow, some way left this draft, Flores, right? Because I'm assuming we're leaving our first and our second rounders this year. We're sending them off to go get Jayden Daniels. So 2 players, I'm going to go Jayden Daniels. And then let's just say that in the third round, not Joe Alt, but let's just say that Blake Fisher is available, the right tackle out of Notre Dame. Okay. Let's say he's available there in the third round, which realistically, he can, but I see him as a second round guy. But let's just say he falls to the third. You get your quarterback and your right tackle of the future just like that, Blake Fisher and Jayden Daniels, I think that'd be phenomenal. You know what I mean? I know there's better right tackles than a Blake Fisher in this year's draft. I'm just saying that if he was there in the third round and you got Jayden Daniels, you got your quarterback and your right tackle of the future, I would love it. I think that would be an A plus, period. And then you could just, whatever else you got, keep adding on to the defense. Keep adding on to the defense. You know, you're going to have to get you another running back, get you another wide receiver, but just, hey, man, attack that corner room. You know, go get you a linebacker in those later rounds. But I think that Jayden and Fisher would be phenomenal. Let me see. Let me see. Torque, salute to my guy. Graphk, help me see the light on Penix, big bro. All I see is bad under pressure, no zip on his passes, and made of glass on paper. I got to disagree with you on everything, brother. I don't think that he's terrible under pressure. I think that he has all the zip in the world on his pass. I think he's the best purest passer in this draft. And made of glass, bro. I mean, come on, man. We got to stop that. We got to stop that, you guys. We have to stop. Like, these injuries were years prior. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he had a shoulder injury, you know, in his non-throwing. And then I believe later on he had one in his throwing, all right. I do believe he's had a couple shoulder injuries in the past, you know, and I understand, you know, the torn ACL. I get that. That is in the past, brother. Like this is the thing. And I put this out in a tweet, and people thought I was crazy because I'm not trying to act as though drafting a quarterback in the first round is like drafting a running back in the fourth round, okay? I'm not trying to do that. But everybody right now, it looks as though in the nation is okay in an agreement with Zeus being running back one. Coming off of those big 3-4 games at the end of the season, right? He had a big end of the year for us to be sold to let Josh Jacobs walk and him be the running back one moving forward, right? The guy had 2 torn ACLs as well. You know what I mean? Like, what is the problem here? I understand, you know, Michael Penix would be a potential first-round draft pick or a potential second round if we're lucky. So it's a lot earlier. I understand that. I get it. But at the end of the day, bro, like, these are injuries previously. They're previous injuries. And we have not been able to hit in the first round anyways. We have missed in the first round so many damn years. I don't even want to go back and go over that. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, Michael Penix Jr. was just in the national championship game against the better team in Michigan and lost. He had a tough game, right? He was beat up. That defense is phenomenal, right? And Cowtown, I see you saying it's not the same thing, right? I'm not saying. All I'm saying is that at the end of the day, we're all in agreement that our running back one potentially is Zeus this upcoming season, and he's had torn ACLs, and he plays more of a brutal position. You go bring Michael Penix Jr. in. If you could protect this kid, man, you know what I mean? Protect the kid. Put a nice old line around him. You know what I mean? But even last year, he was okay. The year prior, he was okay. Like, I don't understand how y'all keep saying it's not the same thing. Like, what do we mean here? This is still a guy that's playing a pivotal position. Running back's a pivotal position. I understand that it's more of a, you know, running backs are a dime a dozen this year, but it's still a pivotal position at the NFL level. You know what I mean? I don't understand this whole he's injured and he's made of glass shit. Like, he's had really these past 2 seasons, he's been good. Like, I don't understand what the problem is. I don't understand what the problem is. I really don't. And the no zip on his passes, I just got to completely disagree. Like I said, I think he's the best pure passer in this draft. I love the way, you know, he throws the football. Sometimes when he throws the deep ball, he kind of scares me with his release and the way, you know, but I mean, look, man, all these guys are not going to be, they're not coming in and being, you know, most of these guys are going to have to develop a little bit anyway. Every player is going to come into the league with pros and cons on their game. You know what I'm saying? It's up to our personnel to have them ready for week 1 and have them prepared for their NFL careers. So at the end of the day, do I have some things that I may not like that much in Michael Penix Jr. game? Definitely. But do I think that they can be fixed? Definitely. You know what I mean? And I'm not worried about the injuries, man. Now, can he come into the league and God forbid he gets injured again? Yes, it can happen. It's the NFL, man. It's the NFL. Players get hurt every day. They get hurt every day. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I have a strong feeling that Michael Penix Jr. is going to come into the NFL and be a really, really, really productive player. Let me see. Oh, no, and we know this. We know this. He wants to have several running backs. You know what I mean? I agree with him, Caltown. I think that the best thing to do is go by committee. You know what I mean? You don't want to have a workhorse. You know what I mean? We ran Josh Jacobs ragged, y'all. We ran him ragged. And then we seen times where he struggled to get going. You know what I mean? Like me personally, I'm just better off having those 3-4 running backs that you can interchange. One can be the third down back. One could be, the pass catcher out of the backfield. The other one could be your bruiser, your north-south guy. I don't care. I just want a slew of different running backs. But can't run no quarterback by committee. I mean, hey man, we got two capable quarterbacks right now, Caltown, on our roster. We got 2 of them. We actually got 3 guys on this roster that have started football games before. Even Anthony Brown has started a football game before. So on a practice squad. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. Let me see. Shady, salute to you, man. Salute to Rich. Salute to the 1,500 people in the building. Graphk, you win in the trenches. I know right tackle is not the sexiest pick, but the potential players for that position is great. Would be wise to address early. You have to. You have to, man. You have to, Richard. You have to. And, if you don't get your right tackle in the first 2 rounds, we may be in for a long ride this upcoming season. You gotta figure it out. That's why I'm all for going to get right tackle at 13. And I think that realistically, I think that's going to be the move, you guys. I know a lot of people are going to be upset. Oh my God, there was quarterbacks available at 13 and so on and so forth. At the end of the day, man, right tackle is a pivotal position. And with all that talent there at that specific position, and you're at 13 and that run hasn't started yet on the tackles, because Joe Alt will probably be the first one gone in the top 10. You know what I mean? So that's cool. But you're going to get that Fuaga, that J.C. Latham, that Guyton. You're going to get that run, and you got to make sure that you're in that run. You got to make sure you're in that run. You know what I mean? Because right tackle is pivotal. It doesn't matter who's playing quarterback. If you don't have a right tackle, you're going to struggle. Salute to Flores. True. Ain't no Earl Campbells anymore, man. You know what I mean? It's a different game now, Flores. Facts. Salute to East Coast Gridiron. Crazy. Hey, and Grizz, it's possible. It is possible, man. It's very possible. You're gonna have to package up some picks to move back up into the first. But if Penix falls down draft boards, which can definitely happen, do I think it happens? No. I think that actually this guy continues to build his draft stock going into the draft. I think that, people are saying now, man, that Atlanta is a team to look out for Michael Penix in the top 10. I have to disagree. I think that this was a lopsided take. And could it happen? Yes, it could. It could. Maybe Arthur Blank does some crazy shit and gets a quarterback in the top 10. But I just don't see it happening. I've said it before, even with the Jets. Maybe they take a quarterback. They could be a surprise team there early on in the first quarter. I mean, in the first half of the first round, because the injury and his age. But to keep it a buck, Kirk Cousins went to Atlanta to be the guy. They gave him a shit ton of money, and it would be reckless for them to take Michael Penix there early, knowing that there's a shelf life with Kirk Cousins. You paid him an astronomical amount of money to be the guy. You got to get him all the weapons in the world to win on, this contract that they gave him. It would be crazy for them to take Penix. I still have them taking an edge rusher there in the top 10. I don't think there's any way possible that Atlanta takes Michael Penix Jr. in the first round. Now, if he drops to the second, I can definitely see them saying, you know what, let's get our quarterback of the future, just in case, because Kirk Cousins getting up there in age and the injury, so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, I don't think we don't need to worry about Atlanta taking quarterback that early. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Let me see. Frank Prayers says, you don't know shit. Yeah, I don't know shit, bro. Salute to you, Frank. I know one thing. You watching me, motherfucker. Salute to you. Salute to Cali Enigma. My God, man, appreciate you on becoming a member. Salute, King. If you guys want to become a member, like my guy Enigma, man, hit the link. It's pinned up top. One of the best ways to support what we do over here, man. Torque, man, hey, man, look, you can feel how you want to feel, brother. I disagree with you, but that don't mean nothing. Hey, man, you may be right. None of us know at this point. None of us know. I'm just giving you my opinion on what you said. So I'm not going to kill you for it, man. Salute to my guy. Salute to OP. Graphk, who do you like in the mid-late rounds apart from Ray Davis and Omar Spice? I mean, man, you know, there's a lot of players that I like in those mid to late rounds, and I've said these names a million times. OP, the Kyrie Jacksons, the Cam Harts. You know, I like Brennan Rice out of USC. You know what I mean? There's a shit ton of talent, man. Later running backs, Braylon Allen may be there in the third round. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of talent. Frank Crum is another guy that we've talked about a lot. The tackle out of Wyoming. There's a shit ton of talent, man, in those mid to late rounds. I'm actually really excited to watch those 4 to 7. Day 3 is going to be the funnest day to me. I know a lot of people love round 1 because they assume that that's going to be the most, you know, the biggest player to make the biggest impact on this team. I'm more excited about day 2 and day 3. Day 2 is always fun because you got those second and third round. Those can be pivotal picks for your organization. But I love those 4th through 7th round guys. Like there's going to be a shit ton of talent there. The running backs are going to still be available. The receivers, going to be a shit ton of receivers available. And that's where I kind of see the linebackers starting to leave as well. But OP, you know, mid to late rounds, I'll say this, even that 4th round range, Cedric Gray, the linebacker out of North Carolina. We talked about him before. You know what I mean? He'll probably be the last linebacker off the board in terms of the Peyton Wilsons, the Edrin Coopers, you know what I mean, in the Jeremiah Trotter Juniors. I can see him going in those later, and Cedric Gray. He could be a steal. He could be a steal, man. Let me see. 3 biggest needs, in my opinion: quarterback, right tackle, right guard, immediate. Yeah, man. And the good thing is, Ty, in this year's draft, you can hit on all of them. You can hit on all of them, realistically. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about this. Say you get your quarterback in the 1st round. Let's just say Michael Penix falls to 13. Got your quarterback, right? Right tackle in the 2nd round. One of those guys may be available, whether it's a Patrick Paul out of Houston. You know, it could be Graham Barton being available there in the 2nd round. And you may, you know, he plays all across the offensive line. I don't know, you know, what he's going to be at the next level, but let's just say one of these guys are going to be Tyler Guyton may be available there in the 2nd round. Got your right tackle. And then right guard, I'm seeing a lot of Cooper Beebe being available in the 3rd round, you guys. Like, think about that. He may be available in the 3rd round. He may be available. Oh, my bad, Frank. My apologies, brother. My apologies, bro. Hey, man, hey, a lot of hate comes our way over here, bro. So my apologies for responding the way I did. My apologies, brother. Salute to you, Frank. Salute to my guy. My apologies, King. Sometimes I respond to violence with violence, and you know, I didn't really see the gist of what you had going on in the chat, man. Salute to you. But there is a way, Ty, that you can attack all 3 of those positions back to back rounds. You know what I mean? Like I said, Cooper Beebe may be Christian Haynes may fall to the 3rd round. We don't know. Either way, you can potentially find 3 starters at those 3 respectful positions, and we can get them back to back. Graphk, what if the Raiders pull a smoke screen and grab JJ McHandoff? How you feeling? Hey, if we go get JJ McCarthy, I'm not mad. I'm not mad, East Coast. I'm definitely not, man. It is what it is. If they think he's the guy, then let's run it. Let's run it. Do I think he's the right pick for us? No. I have probably 3 or 4 other quarterbacks that I value over him. But if that's the way the board falls and we get JJ McCarthy, let's run it. Because I've always said, East Coast, that he's the one, to me, that is one of the biggest question marks. A lot of people have Drake May as the big question mark in this year's draft. I don't. I think that he's going to be a dog. You know, maybe not year 1. I think he can be in the right situation. But in a few years, Drake May could be that guy. JJ McCarthy is one of those dudes I don't know. There's so many question marks around him. You know what I mean? So it'd be interesting. I think it'd be a shocker because I put it out there a few months ago that I heard that Tom Telesco wasn't that big on JJ McCarthy, that he liked Bo Nix a lot. So I don't know. It could be a smoke screen. But if that's the way we go, I'm not gonna hate the pick. At the end of the day, if that's the way we do this, let's run it. Let's run it. Gutierrez, my guy, man. Salute to my dog, man. Did you watch Hondo Carpenter's interview? I did not watch it this morning. His guest broke down the top quarterback. What do you think of what he said? I'm going to watch it after this, my dog, and I'll definitely give my take on it. But what I heard was Drew Stanton said that J.J. McCarthy is the number one guy, which I disagree with. And he said that Jayden Daniels is a second-round pick, which I definitely disagree with. So if that's the way this thing goes, if that's the way that interview went, I probably don't want to watch this shit anyway, to be real. And I love Hondo. I love him, but I don't agree with that at all. But going back to what Ty said too, like even if you get, let's just say you got, Fuaga in the first round, and then you got Cooper Beebe or Christian Haynes in the second round, you got your guard. So now you have your duo on the right side of your line. Spencer Rattler that may still be available there in the third round, or you can package up your third and fourth round and move back up to go get him. So there's still a way that you can attack all three of those positions and potentially leave with starters, down the line. So you never know. Rattler has that Raider personality. Jack, I have to agree with you, man. I think that Rattler would be a great pickup for our team if we don't get one of these top guys in the first round. Trip, are you still doing the draft show with Hondo? Yes. Right when I get back home from Detroit, we're going to be doing a show that week, doing a recap of the draft trip. So stay tuned. Definitely having Hondo pull back up. We're going to do a coffee and Hondo segment, man. Definitely. Let me see. Hey, I love the kid too, man. Love the kid Jordan out of Louisville, man. I think he could be a stud at the NFL level. Let me see. Torque, I think that's another sneaky move. The young linebacker out of Notre Dame. I could see him being a late round guy that we could potentially target to beef up that linebacking room. Definitely another name that a lot of people aren't talking about. Let me see. So Zach Wilson got traded to the Broncos, huh? So Sean Payton is going to try and fix him. What'd they give up? Safe. I've been on the Elijah Jones train as well. Love the young kid out of Boston College. I think he'd be a great mid-round guy to look at. I like Elijah Jones. What'd they give up? Kyrie Jackson is almost a talk that shit, DeMarcus. What'd they give up for him? Let me look this up. I'm gonna go to Twitter real quick. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. Let me see. It's so funny, man, seeing CT ESPN going crazy on Twitter. You guys see what they posted about Minnesota trading for Justin Herbert? It's hilarious. A 6th and a 7th. So they swapped a 6th and a 7th, or they gave up a 6th and a 7th. How'd that work? Was it a swap, or was it they gave up 2 picks to go get him? Okay. The deal includes a late round pick swap, 6th for a 7th, and the Jets will pay some of Wilson's roughly $5.5 million salary. Yo! That shit is hilarious, man. Well, hey, he gets closer to, his old stomping grounds. BYU gets a little closer over there. Makes some sense. I mean, I hope that they run with him as the starter. That'd be hilarious. They still got Stiddy for one more season, but that is hilarious. That is hilarious, man. That's hilarious. Wow. I mean, hey, take a flyer on him, but that O-line, you got Cortland Sutton. They need some more weapons over there. Sucks for that kid, man. You're going right to another situation where he's probably going to shit the bed again. It's nasty work. Let me see. My apologies, guys. I missed a few supers, man. Salute to 11. I honestly think Penix is the right quarterback for us. I'm a firm believer in Michael Penix Jr. 11. And I think if we bring him in, I think he's going to be one of those guys. Facts, man. Salute to you on a $2 donation. Salute to Nav, man. 2 sleepers late with the DNA. Rice and McCaffrey. There you go. Put Gore in there too. Put Gore in there too, Nav, man. And I don't even think they're really sleepers at this point. Do you guys think that Luke McCaffrey and Brennan Rice are sleepers? I don't think that they're really sleepers at this point. But Frank Gore Jr. definitely is. Definitely. Small school guy, has the, the pedigree, the bloodline, from his father. There's a shit ton of guys coming in this year, Nav. Even Jeremiah Trotter Jr. A guy that will probably be available there in the 3rd round, 4th round. Let me see. Salute to Sir Dre. I really don't think any organizations want us to succeed besides us. If we fall flat on our ass, it's just more for them to talk about us being the Raiders. So probably a no on moving up in the draft. We shall see very soon here, brother. We shall see very soon, man. Salute to Sir Dre. I love Bucky Irving, Eddie. I think that his skill set is actually what this roster needs. A guy that can catch the football out of the backfield, a guy that can give you, some production in the receiving game. That is the kind of running back that I would want to bring in to be that 1-2 punch with the Zeus. I think that Zeus is more that, north-south kind of runner. You want to bring in a guy that, can potentially be, that can potentially bring you some production from the receiving game. A Bucky Irving, a Ray Davis, which is my favorite guy out of Kentucky. Official, another one. Garendo out of Louisville, another guy that can give you some reps in the passing game. That's the kind of running back that I want to look at and target in this year's draft. A guy that can give you some reps in the passing game. I think that we've been missing that for a while now. Like, you want one of those guys that even if it's not a feature back, you want a guy that can offer you, a little bit of both. A little bit of both, run the football, catch the football, And bro, another guy, Tyrone Tracy, former wide receiver turned running back when he went to Purdue. Another guy that you can look at as well. But we've been missing that for a minute now. I know Josh started getting a little better in the passing game, these past few seasons, but we really haven't had a real. When was the last time we really had a receiving? We thought maybe it was going to be Kenyon Drake, right? Thought Kenyon Drake can be the guy. Like, Kenyon Drake's going to come in and do this and do that. It didn't work out. Who else? It's been a while, man. It's been a while. It's been a while. Let me see. Graphk, check out Blake Watson. I'm very familiar with Blake Watson out of Memphis. Rex. East Coast says Bucky is Jawar Jordan meets Cody Schrader. Okay. Damn, my dog said Tywan Jones, Charlie Gardner, G baby. Like, there you go. It's been a minute, man. Alec Ingold, but he was a fullback. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not a traditional running back. Mondo says Justin Fargas. And 609, I was going to say the closest thing to it would be Jalen Richard. 3rd down back, can block really, really good. That would probably be the closest thing that we really had to is a real receiving option in the running back room. What is Denver doing in the draft now with the Wilson trade? Hopefully it gives us a better chance on getting a quarterback, one less quarterback needy team to worry about. I don't think this really means anything, Junior, in terms of the way they attack the draft. I think that they're still going to target a quarterback in the 1st round. I just think that they're bracing themselves just in case they miss out on the top guys. That's why I think that this is a situation where, the young BYU product, former BYU product is going to come in, Zach Wilson, and battle it out with Stiddy for that backup spot. I think that they're still going to try and target another quarterback in this year's draft. Sean Payton would be absolutely insane to go into this upcoming season with Zach Wilson and Stidham as their guys. You know what I mean? So don't think for once, Junior, this is them not moving on a quarterback. There's no way in hell that they're going to do that. That's a very much still a need for them. And Sean Payton's going to start feeling the heat here in a second, you guys. You know what I mean? Year 1 was, a struggle. Moved on from Russell Wilson, quick, fast, and in a hurry. I don't think that there's any way in the world, I don't give a shit what they gave up to get Sean Payton, that they can keep him in year 2 if he goes into this season with Zach Wilson and Stidham as a quarterback. He may be out of there sooner than we thought. Salute to Junior. Salute to Joe. Bro, I hope the Donkeys give Sean Payton a raise and keep him forever. Got rid of mid Wilson for shit Wilson. There you have it. There you have it, Joe. I couldn't have said it any better, my brother. Salute to you on a $5 donation. Salute to 11 as well. Penix made Indiana a ranked team in the top 10. Indiana's last time ranked prior was 1994, then turned Washington into a powerhouse. Penix is a leader and a game changer. Raiders. Talk that talk, my brother. Talk that talk, 11. Michael Penix Jr. is Himothy. Let me see. Salute to you, man. It's all love, my brother. Appreciate you for tuning in as always, King. Salute to Pace. Telesco saying AP knows what he wants in team and that it makes it easier for him in the personnel depth. Shows AP could be steering the ship more than Telesco. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think that this is a duo type situation. I think they're working hand in hand in order to make sure this draft, is one of those major drafts that helps build the foundation of this team moving forward. I don't think it's going to be more than the other. I think it's going to be a hand-in-hand situation. I think that Tom Telesco understands that Antonio Pierce knows more of the Raider way, right? He knows more of, the approach our fan base, what we're all about. I think he knows the approach that he wants to take moving forward, the identity of this team. And I think that Tom Telesco is going to lean on him because of that. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be a team thing. You know what I mean? And yeah, there's a specific players that AP may want on this roster. Certain players that fit the Raider mold, and we've talked about those type of players, right? We've talked about the Braden Fisks out of Florida State. We've talked about the Fuaga out of Oregon State. Like, there are specific players that fit the mold of what he's trying to do, but it has to be a collective thing here. At the end of the day, Tom Telesco has 11 years of general manager experience. He's going to always have the upper hand on how to design this team. I just think that he is going to lean on Antonio Pierce because Antonio Pierce understands the identity of this team. And it's going to be a 1-2, a package deal in terms of how they draft. But if I had to lean, if anyone had more power, it's going to be Tom Telesco. I mean, let's keep it a buck here. Pace. AP, this is his first year as the head coach. You know what I mean? The interim label is now gone. This is his first year as a head coach at the NFL level. I think that the guy with 11 years of experience that has already built teams in the past has the edge on the power if there's a power trip in the building, which there isn't. But I'm just saying, I think that he has more power. Salute to Pace on the $10 donation. Salute to Nav, man, also. My guy on a $10 special. When you speak of history, let us all remember only 3 Heisman quarterbacks in the Super Bowl era have won a Super Bowl. Horte, Chiefs, Staubach, and Plunkett. 2 Heismans at top of the draft Thursday. The odds, nope for me. I ain't mad at you, Nav. I'm not mad at you at all, King. I am not mad at you at all, brother, for the way you feel. At the end of the day, man, in a perfect world, the way I would love this draft to go is you take Fuaga, and I've said this before, and then you move back up if Penix drops and you bring him in. You know what I mean? Then it takes the sting away a little bit by moving up to get Michael Penix and not mortgaging your entire future to go get Jayden Daniels. Now, if they all believe that Jayden Daniels is the guy, the thing that sucks is it takes 2 to tango. The Commanders have to lay off of him in order for it to happen. And then you got the New England Patriots at 3 that still haven't tipped their hand in terms of who they want at the quarterback position. So I hear you, Nav. I still think it's a very, very far-fetched situation to bring him in, but you never know. It's the NFL, man. Shit can happen. Salute to my guy, Top Beats. As always, talk that shit, Docs. Telesco actually said that in today's presser, if he and AP disagree on a player, he stated they will pass on that player. They both want to be on the same page. Bingo. Bingo. Salute to my guy, man. Salute to my guy. Top with a haymaker. Salute to my brother. Facts. There you have it. It's a team thing, man. Let me see. I just don't see a scenario where the Raiders trading all those picks to move up when you can stay at 13 and still get a gem at the quarterback position and secure a right tackle. There you go, Devin. I think that they will look at the Jayden Daniels situation. I think they're going to see if it's possible and what it would cost them. But at the end of the day, Dev, I think that they say, you know what? Instead of moving on and trying to get the likes of a Jayden Daniels, why not get you the quarterback, the right tackle of the future, and potentially bring in your quarterback of the future with the Michael Penix or a Spencer Rattler or a Bo Nix? I agree with you, man. I think that they're going to stand pat at 13. And if anything, we may move up later. I think we may move up later. This can be a situation in those mid rounds where there's a player available. It could be a wide receiver. It could be just best player available on a board on Tom Telesco and AP's board. I think that there's a really good chance that we don't move up in the first round, but we may move up in that fourth round to go get back into the third. And maybe it could be a linebacker. Maybe that run of linebacker starts there and we go up to get our guy. I don't know. I'm just saying that I think there's a better chance of us moving up in the mid rounds and giving up less than moving up into the top 3 and giving up everything. But if we move up into the top 3, like I said before, I'm still going to be ecstatic because AP gets his guy. Let me see. AP and TT will play Godfather with New England and make them an offer they can't refuse. Salute to Fally. You never know. You never know. Right them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you aren't subscribed yet, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let me see. All I know is the draft. All I know is this draft may be the best of our lifetime with all the different scenarios that could play out. Right? It's definitely going to be interesting, my brother. Facts. Graphk, how much stock do you put into the top 30 visits? Raiders list is interesting. I think that some of them, there's definitely some meaning to them. I definitely believe that. They look. I'll read some of these guys for you real quick. I'll read some of these top 30 picks. Okay. I think that there's some smoke to some names, and I think that there is definitely some real there. Hold on real quick, you guys. I'm going to go over a few of these names real quick. And I'll give you kind of my honest assessment of some of these guys that may be, maybe just smokescreen, or maybe some guys that they're looking at in terms of later round guys. Remember this too, Torque, that he loves to build even undrafted free agents through the draft. He loves going to get UDFAs. He even talked about that in his presser today. Okay, so some of these players, the top 30 guys, may be guys that they're looking at as some guys that may potentially not even get drafted that they can look at as UDFAs. You know what I mean? So every guy that we brought in or that we went and visited does not mean that they're looking at him in the 7 rounds. This can be a UDFA situation. A lot of great teams build, through undrafted free agency. What else did he say? Also, you guys, he said cheap contracts. That's what he said in his presser. Loves bringing in UDFAs because the money ain't there. It's not a lot of money, right? But some of these names that I'm looking at, Jordan Travis, I definitely think that there's some real interest there. Michael Penix, real interest. Bo Nix, real interest. The likes of a Carson Steele out of UCLA, we brought him in for a top 30 visit. Maybe something there. You already know, you guys, we brought in their new head coach to be our running backs coach. So there's that pipeline there. But we did go out and visit Carson Steele. That could be an interesting late round guy or a UDFA to bring in to battle it out for a spot at the running back position. But there's certain ones that I'm looking at. I'm like, okay, Brennan Rice makes sense. A mid-round wide receiver. Byron Murphy makes all the sense in the world. They want to continue to build on their strength, which is the defense and the defensive line specifically. I'm looking at certain names like who else? I mean, there's a shit ton of names that are here. The Wingos, the defensive tackle at LSU. That can be a guy that we can look at, a little later in the draft as a guy that you could potentially bring. Braden Fisk is a real thing. They love what he brings to the game of football. They loved his Senior Bowl performance. That is a guy that I can take that I can look at and say, okay, they're really taking a look at him. That could be a guy that we take a flyer on in this year's draft. And then a guy like Tez Walker that just came in for an official 30 visit. This is a guy 6'1", 193 pounds. He had a shit ton of production, you guys. At the collegiate level, 104 receptions, 19 touchdowns, 1,744 yards in the air. Deep threat option. This is a guy out of North Carolina that you can target in those mid rounds. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. But some of those guys, put stock into it, Torque, because they're going to be looking at some of these guys as UDFAs, some guys that that aren't even drafted that you could potentially bring in and fill in some voids that you missed out in the draft. Salute to Larry, man, my guy. Robert Kraft loves him some Myers. If Daniels was available and the Raiders traded 3, I assume Myers is heading back to New England. If that's what it takes, man, Larry, to bring in your quarterback of the future, I hate to say it, but you move on from him because you can always draft a wide receiver 2 in this year's draft and bring him in and be that guy. So if that's what it's going to cost to make it happen, hey, it is what it is. I love Jacoby Myers, but he's not that such a great talent that you can't move on from him to identify the quarterback of the future. Let me see. Salute to my brother Marcus in the building, man. Hey, brother, hope all is well. Salute. Salute to you too, King. My dog. I appreciate you, brother. Let me see. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Salute to Eli, says Michael Pratt. It's another guy you could potentially look at in those later rounds. I'm not a huge fan, but Chris for Raiders, UDFAs have talent. This is facts. You can always find some hidden gems as UDFAs, and Tom Telesco has done it before. He found Eckler, a guy that came in and was their starting running back for years. And once again, remember, you guys, our head coach was a UDFA, and he went on and win a Super Bowl and had a very, very, very productive NFL career. Xavier Leggett, man, bro. He's one of them ones, bro. He's one of them ones. Facts. If we ended up with him somehow, some way, crazy. And it's another guy that I talked about all year long last year out of Cincinnati, who's a player that may go UDFA that will get picked up and be like an Ivan Pace Jr. Man, bro. I was screaming from the rooftops, East Coast, for our Raiders to go get him. My Raiders. I know you're a Jaguar fan, but damn, bro, a guy that can be potentially an Ivan Pace Jr. Does it have to be a linebacker? Because if it is, it may be a Omar Speights, man. I see some boards where he's a UDFA, and I think he has all the measurables to get it done at the next level. At LSU, I think he played on a bad defense. You know what I mean? And that kind of put him in a bad space going into this year's draft. I think if he would have had a better defense around him, he definitely would have been going a lot earlier. But maybe Omar Speights, maybe he falls. Maybe he falls completely out of the draft. But I'm trying to think of some more players, man. You never know, man. Frank Crump can fall. Yeah, Assassin says Blake Watson, the running back out of Memphis, he may fall. Frank Gore Jr., he may be a guy that completely does not get drafted and comes into the league as a UDFA and balls out. So, there's a lot of talent out there, man. There's a lot of talent. That this is a great class to go get UDFAs. This is going to be a phenomenal UDFA class. I'm excited about once the draft is up, when these guys start getting these calls to come in. I'm to be real with you, I'm damn near more excited about the UDFAs than I am some of those late round picks. Yeah, and there you go, Nav. Spillane's another UDFA. There you have it. I like that. Another name. Yep, Kamani Vidal, another running back that may go as a UDFA. People call me crazy for suggesting Kuntz and a trade package to move up. After all, bro, I've said the same thing, brother. I've said the same thing. Not in terms of Dallas Turner. I think he's a phenomenal talent out of Alabama. I think he can be potentially the best edge rusher in this year's draft. But Kuntz is on the last year of his deal. And you drafted Tyree Wilson to be your edge rusher of the future. You know what I mean? And, I love Kuntz. I love Malcolm Kuntz. Like, this is a guy, I've got to say it for the millionth time, a guy that I wanted the Raiders to draft in that year's draft. You know what I mean? Out of Buffalo. But, got to remember, there's not enough money to go around. There's a lot of people that need to be paid next offseason, Sniper. Malcolm Kuntz, Nate Hobbs, Merrick, Divine Diablo. There's a shit ton of talent, and you're not going to be able to pay everybody. You know what I mean? Especially edge rusher. That's a premium position where they're going to get a shit ton of money. So would I want to keep Kuntz? I definitely want to keep Malcolm Kuntz. But if that's the If that's one of the headlines in order for you to move up to get your quarterback, hey, man, it is what it is. You drafted Tyree Wilson to be that guy on the edge. It is what it is. Let me see. Yeah, you can't keep everyone, Big Mo. Facts. Salute to everybody here in the building. East Coast says, I'm going to say Luke McCaffrey goes undrafted. Okay, the young pup out of Rice. Jordan, Spanford, Sam Hartman. Okay. Kenny Logan, let's go. Let's go. Now, I bring into his brother if he's a UDFA. Kid has some production at Maryland. You know what I mean? If he goes as a UDFA, I'd bring him in to battle it out for one of those quarterback positions. I can see that happening. Jordan, I would love to bring him in as well. But the thing is, man, we already have a few running backs that we drafted previously, UDFAs and seventh round guys, you know, Britton Brown out of UCLA, Sincere McCormick, that we still don't even know what we have in them. So I don't know. Maybe we do bring in a UDFA at the running back position. Who's to say? But those are some interesting names. I don't have Luke McCaffrey not getting drafted, though. I have him as I'll say this right now, late 5th, early 6th round pick, East Coast. I do. Can he potentially go undrafted? Definitely. But I have him as a late 5th, early 6th round pick. Let me see. Oh, wow, Jose. That's interesting. Michael Pratt. I don't see that happening, brother. I don't. That's interesting. Okay. I mean, Chris, at the end of the day, you wouldn't want to, right? The defensive line is our strength of this team. You want to keep all those guys together. Malcolm's only going to get better. You know what I mean? Especially with the likes of a Christian Wilkins in the middle of that defensive line. So, you know, realistically, you would not want to move on from him at all. You know what I mean? Keep him. But if you have to move him to go get your quarterback, it has to be a no-brainer. What have we said before, you guys? What have we said before? Max Crosby is the only untouchable on this roster. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. If you have to move any of these guys in order to move up to the top 3 to get your quarterback of the future, you do it. So Malcolm Kuntz is not off the table at all to potentially move up to bring in a guy that can be the quarterback. You know what I mean? The only guy that is off limits is Max Crosby, period. Nobody else, and I mean nobody else, is off the table in terms of moving up to go get your quarterback of the future. Period. Nobody else. Yeah, I'm saying it. Nobody else. Max is the only guy. So, you know, do I think that Malcolm Kuntz is going to be moved? No, I don't. I think that he'll potentially be paid in the middle of the year. Take care of him, give him a nice little boost in pay, and he'll stick around. But at some point, you have to figure out, you guys, what are we doing with Tyree Wilson? At that point, what are we doing? Because he's not built to be a full-time defensive tackle. So you're going to just have him kick in, kick out, and just move on. At some point, you have to say, is Tyree the guy on the edge, the other bookend guy opposite side of Max, to be that guy? At some point, you have to say, is it him? Salute my brother Quad, man, in the building. My dog. Salute, soldier. There's no way we shouldn't get the pieces we need. If Kuntz, Hobbs, Merrick, Diablo play like it's money on the line, top 5D this year. Talk that shit, Qua. Talk. Factory outlet, my brother. I love it. Yes, sir. It's a great year to have. It sucks to think that you probably can't pay all those guys, but it's a great year to understand that it is a contract year for all those guys. And they're probably going to try and stay as healthy as possible. And they're going to go out there and fight tooth and nail for that next contract. You, sir, hit the nail on the head right there, man. Money's on the line, King. Definitely. Salute to you. Let me see. Salute the top. Well, the difference is, man, you'd be giving up on a top 10 pick. That could potentially still be a home run hitter for you in the future for a player that you're going to have to pay a shit ton of money to be that guy. In a perfect world, right? You keep Malcolm Kuntz on an inexpensive, kind of a hometown kind of deal. He gets a nice chunk of change and he sticks around, and you keep both of those guys. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, one is on a rookie deal. One, if he balls out and has an all-pro year, is going to be paid $20+ million a season. You know what I'm saying? This is the art of the business. Top right. This is the art of the business. Being able to move on from a guy on a contract year and drafting his replacement a year or two prior and developing him to be the guy to take over that spot, even though they're both, were pretty much filling in for Chandler Jones at this point. He was supposed to be the guy. But Tyree was the guy that was drafted to be the Chandler Jones is, the guy to take over for Chandler Jones. You know what I'm saying? Malcolm Kuntz was a distant memory, you guys. He was. At one point, people were like, he's not even going to make the team. And then, look, he cooked last season. You know what I mean? So, look, I would love to keep Malcolm Kuntz. But at the end of the day, teams, there's an art to this. You draft a guy on a rookie deal to take over for the guy that you have to pay north of $20 million for. And that's the way great teams stay great. Hold on real quick, y'all. Babe, I'm live. I'll call you right back. Salute to all my people in the building, man. Salute to Nick. I plan on going to Detroit for the first 2 nights. Are you and Seawood doing anything? Seawood will be in Las Vegas, I believe, Nick. So he will not be in Detroit. But there is an event out there. I'll share all the details before we leave. But we will be at the draft day one. We'll be at the draft. And then we're probably going to be doing day 2 at the Airbnb covering rounds 2 and 3. So I'll keep you posted, brother. But Seawood's not going to be out there from what I was told. Salute to Jose, my guy, man. I say trade Jacoby Myers in 13 back to New England for the 3 pick and draft Johnny Wilson out of FSU, a 6'7" wide receiver 2 who was with AP and ASU. So you're saying trade Jacoby Myers in 13 back to New England for the 3rd. Okay, so but you're going to have to package up a lot more than that, right? You got to package up a lot more than that. And Jose, I think you know that. But and then take Johnny Wilson out of FSU. It's a big body dude right there, man. 6'7". That shit is crazy. Crazy. But I'm not mad about that. Salute to Jose. If that's what it takes to go get your quarterback, man, look, I'm all for it. Salute to my guy on the $10 donation. Salute to everybody here, man. Salute to Eli. Diablo, yeah, put him in a trade package, but guys like Tay, Max, and Colton should not be in a trade package. Well, look, there's other players. There's a way of going about this. The Untouchables are Max Crosby. The players that you want to keep around and don't want to move on from them are Colton Miller and Devontae Adams, right? But those are the guys that if it takes for you to go bring in this top end talent at a premium position, then you may have to move on from him. Colton Miller, to me, man, you don't want to move on from him at all. But I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm a little scared. Him coming off that shoulder injury last year. I'm hoping that he gets that he's completely healed and that he can stay healthy moving forward, man. Because Colton's been a Raider for a while now, you guys. Getting a little up there, you know what I mean? And that shoulder injury scared the shit out of me last year. You know what I mean? And we talked about it early on, me and Wasted, about if it took for someone to move up to the top 3 pick, it probably would have been a Colton Miller because left tackle is a premium position. But once again, that's another hole to fill. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough, man. But I would say this: I love Colton. I think he'll be a Raider till he retires. But I just hope he stays healthy, man. I do. And Tay's getting up there in age, 31 years old. That may be a player that you have to use at some point to better this organization's future. You know what I mean? Would it be an ideal situation to keep him around and win a championship? Yes, we would love it. But realistically, Adams may be one of those guys that you have to package up a trade at some point in the near future to continue to build this thing. Let me see. Salute the Brute. Wiggins, corner out of Clemson. Tyler Guyton, tackle at Oklahoma. Blake Fisher, Notre Dame. Bernardo Green, Fresno State. Kalen Carson, okay. Anaya Smith, Josh. So that's another wide receiver, man, that I'm looking at in those later rounds. I always butcher his name. Is it Cephas? Josh Cephas? I always butcher his name. That's another name to keep an eye on in those later rounds. I can see it, bro. I can definitely see it. He said, fuck it. Build the D, stack picks for Archie Manning. Just kidding. Salute to Lux, my guy, man. JV, I think we have another year. Another year. And East Coast, I agree with you. But I think what he meant was, and JV, I think it's another 2 years. I think we have this year and another year. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. East Coast, the thing that I think he meant, what was meaning by that was, Nate Wiggins now isn't being talked about as much as the Terrion Arnold and the Quinyon Mitchells. I'm even hearing Kool-Aid's name a lot more than Wiggins at this point. Maybe I'm just not around enough to hear, a million circles talking, but I've been hearing a lot more about those three guys than Nate Wiggins. Then you're hearing more about Joe Alt, Fawaga, Fashanu and all these other guys, Tyler Guyton. So, I think what he meant by that is gems that aren't being talked about as much as the other guys that are ahead of them in this year's draft. You get what I'm saying? Like Tyler Guyton's not being talked about as much as a Fashanu, a Fawaga and shit like that. You know what I mean? So I think that's what he meant. I don't think he meant hidden gems, like guys you can find in those mid to later rounds. I think he just meant guys that are probably going to be starters at the next level. They just aren't being talked about as much. Let me see. Next year's draft quarterback, Hawaii is the real deal. Hey, Danny, East Coast Gridiron. That's his dude. Salute to almost 1,700 people in the building, man. Whether you're watching on Twitter or YouTube, man, I just want to say I definitely appreciate you guys as always, man. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet, and also wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up, man. It definitely helps us stay in the algorithm and keeps us moving and grooving on YouTube, man. Salute to everybody here in the building. Also, if you want to become a member of the channel, hit the link. It's pinned up top. One of the best ways to support what we do over here. Also, OakLosVegas.com. Go get you some merch. And PlanetRaiders.com. Go check out all the new articles that Big Mike has been putting up on the website. And also, Wasted will be dropping a few articles here and there. He's been writing behind the scenes, so stay tuned. Bill, yes, I do support Michael Penix Jr. at 13. And the reason why I say yes is because they believe they believe that he's going to be the quarterback of the future. If you go get him at 13, he's your guy. So that's why I support it. And I just love Michael Penix Jr.'s game. I think that he's going to be a dog at the next level. If we take him at 13 and this regime believes in him that much, you may have gotten your future quarterback of the future at 13. So yes, I definitely would. If we take him there, we'd love it. Broken Halo, I got you, bro. I got you. Trust me. It's going to probably happen more when I move to Vegas because I got my ooses out there I can talk some wrestling with. You know what I mean? So stay tuned. It's definitely happening, man. It's definitely happening. Mondo, my guy, man. Salute to you as always, brother. Let me see. Skino, so you really think that Devontae Adams is untradeable? You think he's untradeable? I'm not mad. I mean, Devontae is one of the greatest wide receivers in the game, but I don't think that he's untradeable at all, especially with the age. I don't think so. Let me see. Yeah, and the contract. The contract is crazy. Salute to Top, man, for putting all the links in the comment section. I appreciate you. First thing was Wiggins was actually on the line. Renardo Green is solid too. Renardo's another guy that a lot of people aren't talking too much about out of Florida State. Another corner that could be one of the ones at the next level. Danny, and you know what's funny, man? If we don't win a playoff game this upcoming season, I definitely agree with you. I think that if we don't go out there and succeed this upcoming season and go out and win a playoff game and there's momentum to build on, I definitely believe that he will be gone. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Danny, I got you. So let me I'll read a little bit of it, okay? Well, you know what? I'll read it right now. All right, this is the article, you guys, on the Players Tribune, a letter to NFL GMs. This is from Michael Penix Jr. and his team. I'm going to read this real quick, you guys. If you guys get an opportunity, man, Go check this out. Phenomenal, like a phenomenal letter, man. 4 season-ending injuries in 4 years, Mike. How do I reconcile that? Let's get straight to it. Chances are this question has come up in your building. You may have even asked yourself. Truth is, I don't fault you for asking the question because I got into this pre-draft process. I always felt I'd let my tape speak for me. Anything anyone really needed to know about me is in the all 22. The tape shows it all. How our team responds to adversity, how we come together, how we execute. But these last 4 months have carried on. I've realized there's more to it than the all 22. This is a big decision, selecting someone to lead your franchise, to wear the name on the front of the jersey with pride, and to make sure every teammate, coach, staff member, and fan can do the same. So it's about more than tape. You need to know what I'm made of. This job isn't just about 60 minutes on Sunday, and what you use to judge my fit as a leader has got to be included. What's outside those white lines. On that, it seems there are questions that you need answered. ... Well, adversity teaches a man a lot about himself. So I'll share some of what I've learned. I'm a product of Dade City, Florida. Population, 7,600. No Trader Joe's, no Whole Foods, no steakhouses or country clubs, no personal QB coach, no strength coach, no state-of-the-art training equipment. Nothing about Dade City is luxurious, but that's the way we like it. It's a town full of pride, and a lot of our pride comes from football. We swap out summer camps for tackle football on concrete in the 95-degree heat. You find out quick if you built for the game or not. I'm thankful that I grew up in that environment. The reason why I'm on your draft board today is because of it. Adversity wasn't just a buzzword in Dade City. It was in the water. Nothing is handed to you. You have to earn everything. If you fall, you get up. Simply put, to think injuries are the only adversity I faced in college would be shortchanging my story. I faced adversity before I even got to college. 2 weeks before signing day, I was told by the team I was committed to for 2 years that I no longer had a scholarship. They didn't think I was good enough to play in the SEC. I decided to go to Indiana because Nick Sheridan was the QB coach, and he believed in me from the time he offered me at Tennessee to when he took the position at Indiana. IU had 10 straight losing seasons when I got to Bloomington. 1 winning season since 1994. I knew what I was walking into, but I felt I could help turn the program around. In 2020, we became the 7th ranked team in the country, the highest ranking the program has had since 1967. All facts. We didn't have any drafted offensive players, but we were together, one team, one mission. What we lacked in recruiting stars, we made up for in the collective. We believed in each other. We felt like every time we stepped on the field, we were going to win. Didn't matter who we went up against. That's how we beat Michigan and Penn State and took Ohio State to the brink. Even with the success, I experienced a lot there, from lighting up practice to watching practice on crutches, from getting a shout out from LeBron to being booed in my own stadium, from fourth quarter comebacks to entering the transfer portal, waiting for somebody to call. Indiana taught me to take this game, to never take this game for granted. It also taught me that if I fall, I wouldn't bet against me to get up. So there's a lot more right here. You guys still with me? You guys still here with me? You guys want to hear the rest of this? Salute to the 1,600 people still in the building. All right, let's keep it moving. Finally, Coach DeBoer called. I remember the success we had when he was my offensive coordinator in 2019. Now, he had just gotten the Washington job, his first shot at a big-time program. He saw something in me that the rest of the college football world didn't. It was not a popular move. First-time Power 5 head coach, and the first thing he does is get a QB transfer who wasn't thought of as a top 100 player in the portal. And so I wasn't promised anything, not a starting job, no NIL deal, no special treatment. Nothing was going to be handed to me. I was going to have to earn everything. Good. That's what I was accustomed to. I didn't know anyone on the team, but I had to win the guys over. I had to convince them to stay and believe in me, even though I wasn't named the quarterback one. Washington was coming off of a 4-8 season, 108th ranked offense in the country. Morale was low. Frustrations were high. But one thing I saw then, which everyone found out later, was the potential that building had. They needed someone to elevate the situation, help realize the potential. Within a season, we became the second-ranked offense in college football, 11-2 record. Next season, 14-1, highest ranking since 1992. Competed for a national championship, 10-1 versus ranked teams in a 2-year span. That happened for the same reasons that Indiana rose to the 7th-ranked team in the country. We believed, we fought, and we handled any and every bit of adversity that came our way. Together, we left our imprint on the University of Washington. So he goes on to mention a bunch of players that he helped, that he trusted, that helped him elevate his game. Talked about, Fontenot, Roger Rosengarten, Polk, Westover, Roma Dunze, Devin Cope, Jalen McMillan, and Dylan Johnson, all on the cusp of realizing their dream. This is what brings me joy. As a quarterback, my job is to be an elevator. I need to uplift all of those around me so that they can be the best of the best. So just know, if you put that same belief in me, history shows I hold up my end of the bargain. So I hear it all the time. He's been injured. What happens if he gets injured again? Haven't I shown you what that looks like? Haven't I put up 2,000 plays on tape since my last injury, since my 4th season ending injury in 4 years? That's constantly mentioned whenever my name is brought up. Truth is, I'd be more worried if I had never been injured. We don't all come back from the same. I can't speak for those that have never gone through anything, but I can speak on me. I've seen how deep my foundation is. I know the storms I'm prepared to weather. For most people, that'll be the end of the story. But there's more to my story, and I own every page of it. This isn't a solo journey for me. There's been plenty of other guys who were cut from the same fabric, who experienced the same challenges and displayed the same resilience. Guys, you would have lost money on if you bet against them. Guys like Thomas Davis, who went on to make 3 Pro Bowls after tearing the same ACL 3 times. Guys like Frank Gore, who had a 16-year Hall of Fame level career at running back after tearing his ACL twice in college. So I have no problem taking all the MRIs and the X-rays you ask of me. Truth is, it's an EKG that will tell you everything you need to know about me. Yo, that last one was a bar. I have no problem taking all the MRIs and X-rays you ask of me. The truth is, it's an EKG that will tell you everything you need to know about me. Mike. Dog, like, that's nasty. It's nasty. That is nasty. Salute to Michael Penix Jr. Sound like a Raider to me. Salute to Ronnie. Fans overthinking needs. Jermaine wasn't a stud and held down right tackle. Pick up a right tackle later. Go up and get our future franchise quarterback. Enough mediocrity. Salute to my brother Ronnie. The thing is this, brother. I agree with you, but like I said before, it takes 2 to tango. If we could somehow, some way make a move up there and get our guy, I totally agree with you. I have no problem having a run with a month for that right tackle if need be. If it takes for you to sacrifice that, to get it. All I'm saying is, we know this. Great teams win in the trenches. You got to have that O-line right. Got to have the D-line right. Our defensive line is already probably one of the top 3 in the league. Got to get that O-line together too. But I hear you, Ronnie. Salute to my guy. Salute to Silver and Black Mindset also on a $5 donation. I think I did. Okay, I got all of them. Trade back, get Penix between the 18 and 24. Go get BB and Fisk in the 2nd and Fisher in the 3rd. Possibly trade up to get Fisher. That would be crazy. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? Trade back to the 18 and 24 range if Michael Penix was still available. So then you got 2 seconds. You get BB and Braden Fisk. So you get your guard of the future, quarterback of the future, defensive tackle of the future right there with Blake Fisher in the 3rd. Oh, man, I would love it. I would love it. In a perfect world, Silver and Black Mindset, that would be phenomenal. Phenomenal. But what do you guys think about that, man? I salute to Silver and Black on the $5 donation, man. I think that was a phenomenal article. I think he left with a crazy bar at the end. I love it, man. I love it. He's letting everybody know, like, I've been here before. I went through the storm before, and I always persevere. Sounds like a guy to me that can come in and restore order at the quarterback position for our Raiders. Look, I'm not against it, you guys. I'm definitely not. I think it would be a great pickup for us. Yeah, Dark Side. I love it. I love it. I love it. Get a few questions in, you guys, before we get out of here. Coming up on 2 hours. I got to get some stuff together for Detroit. Get a couple more questions in, man. Let's have some fun before we get out of here. I agree. Heart and soul of a Raider. Straight up dog, Graphk. Sounds like an AP, real Raider like blood type, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, and Top, there you go. Guys, people tend to forget this guy is 24 years old, far more mature than an average quarterback in this draft. This kid is for real, and I hope we get him. Facts. It's the reason why he's one of my favorite, one of my favorite quarterbacks in this year's draft. You know what I mean? He's been, one of the top guys to me since last season. Broken Halo, facts. I don't watch AEW, but I loved hearing that Swerve Strickland won the championship, man. Salute to him. Let me see. Laura says, I'm more scared that you cannot really miss this draft, whatever we decide, but knowing our past, we find a way to fuck it up. God, man. Hopefully not. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. I love that the chat always has side talks. Like, you guys don't understand. I love reading you guys' conversations on the side, man. It's some of the best shit you can ever see. Roger, he won't be available in the 5th round. He won't. If you're going to take a Cam Hart, you're probably going to have to look at him in that 3rd, no later than 4th. No later than the 4th. I don't think he's available in the 5th. But if he is, I'm running to the podium to go get Cam Hart. Raider and PA, what's good, King? Let me see. He said I'm the king of the side chats. We talk all kinds of side talk here. Salute to my guy, Brandon, man. I don't know if you guys seen this, but my dude just sent me some shit, man. Salute to my guy. Brandon, if you want to put, you have my, consent, brother. If you want to put the link in the chat, man. My guy sent me some crazy shit, bro. And I just got it in the mail. Let me show you guys what I got. Salute to one of our own. Malcolm Kuntz, signed jersey. Doug Christie, 2 signed jerseys. Marcus Mariota, signed jersey. Jose Canseco, signed jersey. Jason Williams, signed jersey. Man, come on, man. Signed jersey, man. Salute to my guy, man, Brandon, for always supporting what I do over here, man. I appreciate you, brother. I'm putting them in plaques and putting them in the man cave, brother. And my guy said he's sending me some more stuff. He got some shit. Signed Devontae jerseys, signed Josh Jacobs jerseys, signed everything. So go up there, check them out. Salute the Top, man. Yo mofos, for breaking the 400 like mark, I'm gifting 10 free memberships to the channel. Click that subscribe button today, man. My brother, man. My brother, dog. Appreciate you, Top. Salute to all the new members in the building because of my brother, Top Beats. One of the GOATs over here at OLV Raiders Network. Salute to my brother, man. Salute. Appreciate you, King. Top, I hit the moderator chat too, man. I need some sizes. So I need you to go to the website, to Oak Las Vegas, to give me pick a few things on the site, man. And I'm going to get them your way. S. Dot, I appreciate that, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Salute to all the new members. If you guys want to become a member, hit the link. It's pinned up top. Once again, salute to my brother Top Beast, man. In hindsight, Graphk, what do you think of having Mariota come in for certain plays in the DC area? I mean, bro, like, he had a skill set that DC didn't possess. I wish we would have seen more of it. The problem was Mariota couldn't stay healthy. Remember that first play he ran off for, like, how many yards did he run off? It felt like he ran like for like 50, 60 yards or some shit. I could be totally off. It may not have been that much. But he was chased down, hurt his leg. It was always something with him. It was always something with him. But personally, Martin, at the end of the day, I don't want 2 quarterbacks. I want one guy that can do both. I don't want a guy that, you have to take out in goal line situations to get it done. I don't want a guy that has to come in and potentially, QB sneak to get you a few yards. Get you a dog, man, that can do it all. And I know that's, a difficult task to do. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I wouldn't want to find, I don't want to have a quarterback situation where you have to bring in a guy to do certain things. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. I'd rather have a guy that, possesses some kind of mobility, that can use his legs when need be, and a guy that can also have a pocket presence, has a pocket presence and doesn't need to leave the pocket in order to make plays. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Man, y'all talking about the Kings, man. Like, I'm done with the Kings. Hey, man, my team is at home watching the NBA like everybody else, bro. So I'm look. I guess our title was beating the Warriors. Now we're home with them. Salute to Nick, man, my guy. My favorite thing about Davante Adams is how easy his autograph became to get once he became a Raider. Usually the other way around. Salute to my guy, Nick, on a $5 donation. Salute to my dog. I appreciate you, brother. Salute to Johnny also. What up, Graphk? Grab them Huskies. Penix, Fontenot, and Trice. Love watching all three ball. What say you? Salute to my guy, Gons, man. You already know how I feel about, Michael Penix. I like Fontenot too, but I like Fuaga a lot better. I like J.C. Latham better. There's just certain guys that I like better than bringing in a Fontenot. But, hey, I hear you. I hear you, brother. I hear you. Talk that shit, King. Let me see. Yeah, man. Salute to everybody here, man. Salute to Nav, man, too, man. $20 donation. Got my head. Salute to Nav, man. All QBs in this draft, we'll have the negatives on them. Penix, injuries. JD is skinny. That will get him smoked in the NFL. No talk about that. Caleb hasn't won a game. That matters. CW is my draft bust. Bears will fail again on a quarterback. Man, salute to Nav, man. I got to disagree with you, brother. I think that they're putting a lot in play out there in Chicago to make sure that he's successful. They still need to build up that O-line, which I think they will do in this year's draft. But Keenan Allen, man, DJ Moore, those are two wide receiver ones. Cole Kmet is finally coming into his own. I think that everything is built for him to succeed out there, man. The cold weather, the windy, that may affect this game. But it's easy though to really, Nav, man, say that he may be the bust because he's the number one pick. You know what I'm saying? So, and you're right. He never really won any crazy games, but you can see it, watching him play football, watching his tape. The guy he's one of them ones. So I have to disagree with you, brother, but you may be right. But here, I don't want Caleb to be a bust, it doesn't matter what team he goes on. I want to see this kid succeed, just not against us. You know what I mean? But I hear you, brother. I hear you. Salute to my brother Nav, man, on the $20 donation, man. Graphk, if I make a trip down there for Big 12 Media Day, we got to do an on-site pod. I got all the equipment. I'll hit you. Come on, bro, pull up. East Coast, say less. You got my number, brother. Hit me up. Let's do it. Let's do it. Would love it, man. No, man. What do you mean? What do you mean, brother? What's an all draft shocking prediction? Did you guys see what Tom Telesco said about Keenan Allen when he drafted him? I'm going to see if I have the actual quote. I want to see if I can find that quote. You know what? It's not up yet. But he talked about taking Keenan Allen, right? He talked about saying that, I believe he says something along the lines of, he liked the wide receiver room. When they drafted Keenan Allen in the third round, they took him because he was the best player available on their board, but he assumed he wasn't ready for the league yet. They were going to draft him and kind of stash him away, and so on and so forth, right? So I say that to say, he said that they went to camp. He ended up, one of their star guys went down with an injury. Keenan Allen was put forced into the starting lineup, and then, he ended up being one of them ones. I'm saying that to say that I wouldn't be shocked if we took a receiver early on. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be shocked. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I love what we have with Devontae. I love what we have with Trey Tucker. I love what we have with Jacoby Myers. But I can see us taking a wide receiver early. And it's funny because Sanjit kind of brought that to my attention when we did the live the other day. I was like, damn, do you think we can take one early? And I started doing my homework and started watching. I'm like, man, we may. In some of these mock drafts that I've done in the past few days, I took a wide receiver pretty early. I took Xavier Legette in the second round in a draft. I took who else? I took a few guys early on. All I'm saying is, man, a shocking draft prediction would be a wide receiver early, in the first few rounds. And Tom Telesco is known for kind of doing the best thing, taking the best player available. If Rome is there at 13, I can definitely see him taking the best player available. So it'd probably be a receiver. Let me see. If we get JD5, does Diablo? Oh, he has to. He has to. Come on. Salute to you, brother Brandon. I think he has to, right? That's the quarterback. That's the guy of the future. Like, at the end of the day, I think Devon Diablo would be happy to give up number 5. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think he would give it up. I think he definitely would, especially with that new contract, Brandon, that JD5 would have. He's gonna have to pay up, but he'll have the bread to do so. Salute to my guy Brandon, man. Hey man, I've said that in a perfect world, this would be the way. Ratchet. Take Fuaga at 13 and then trade back up to get Penix. I've said this since day one. This will be a dream scenario, but the thing is, you just don't know if Michael Penix is going to be available. You know what I mean? And that's the scary part. Let me see. S. Dot says, if we take a wide receiver, I pray that he is a 4.2 runner. So you just want to fat? You want some speed to add to this room? And I hear you, brother. We definitely need to add some speed because Trey Tucker is like the only guy at this point that really possesses any speed from the wide receiver position right now. That's available to us in that room. Salute to my guy Q. I know you're not high on this tight end class. I'm really not. But you guys, outside of Brock Bowers, there is Kay Stover, Jared Wiley out of TCU, Holker, AJ Barner, Michigan, Tanner, I always butcher his name, Jatavian Sanders, Texas, Devin Cope, and Trey Knox. I'm not saying this a bad Q. It's not a bad class. I'm just saying coming off of one of the deepest tight end classes last year, I was just happy that we got Michael Mayer. You know what I mean? Like, I was so happy that we ended up that we traded up last year to get the guy in that deep class. So when I say it's just not that good, I'm saying it's not what it was last year. Bro, Sam Laporta. I mean, bro, like Michael Mayer, like last year, man, it was a phenomenal class. Phenomenal class. After Bowers, I just don't see a clear-cut tight end going in those first couple rounds. I don't see it personally. And I like Jaheim Bell as well out of Florida State. I like him too. But I'm just saying there's one clear-cut tight end in this draft that is that guy, and it's Bowers. Other than that, and Dalton Kincaid, girthy last year too. Another guy I liked a lot. So I'm not saying that this is a terrible class. I'm just saying it's not the same. I'm happy that we identified our tight end in last year's draft and not have to get one this year because, Josh and Zeke moved up to get the guy in a deep tight end class. That's all I'm saying. If we had to rely on bringing in a starter this year, it would suck because we'd probably have to take one really early, and I don't know if he's going to pan out. Oh, Q, man, bro. You just had to have me read this shit, huh? It's nasty work out here in these streets. I mean, bro, usually Iowa always has, really good tight ends. So I wouldn't be shocked if Eric All is one of those guys. I'm just going off of last year's class, man. It was so deep that it can make any other tight end class look mid. To me, this is a mid class compared to last year. I think that there's a whole bunch of all-pro talent in last year's draft, the Dalton Kincaids, Michael Mayer eventually, you know what I'm saying? Like the Sam Laportas of the world. I just think that last year was such a deep, deep class that this year is just Let me see. Me too, Eli. I think that Michael Mayer is going to take the next step this upcoming season. Yeah, Mayer's a stud, Nav. Facts. Yeah, I don't need to read it, man. You know, it was on screen. People seen it. You know what I mean? Raider rookie is going to make the biggest leap this season. Laura, what do you mean? Or do you mean second year guys? Because I don't even know who we have yet in terms of rookies, brother. Do you mean sophomore guys, second year guys? If we're going second year guys, I'm gonna go Mayer. I would love to say Tyree Wilson, but you know, I just don't know if he's gonna take that stride in year 2. So I'm gonna go with I'll go with Michael Mayer. I'm gonna go Mayer. I go Tyree Wilson, and then I would go Trey Tucker in that order. So second round guy first round guy second, third round guy third, and then just depending on if Aiden O'Connell is the guy. I'm not putting him in this list yet because I don't know if he's going to be our quarterback. So I don't want to put him out there yet. I don't know what he's going to be. Is he going to be the backup starter? I don't know yet. But in that order, I would go that. And then I want to see some of these guys this year now. I want to see Chris Smith. You know, I want to see, our 5th round, safety that we took out of Georgia. You know, I want to see Amari Burney, our 6th round linebacker out of Florida. I want to see what some of these guys can do. Is Nesta J going to get any type of reps this year? Our 7th rounder out of, Arizona State. I don't know yet. You know, is Byron Young, another 3rd round pick that we took out of Alabama? Is this guy going to be a piece moving forward, or is he just going to be a forgotten like a Matthew Butler and a Neil Farrell Jr.? I don't know. But I would go in that order. I would say Mayer is going to be that guy that's going to take the next step. I think that he could be phenomenal. And another reason also, Lord, is because it may be a rookie at the quarterback position, a Michael Penix Jr. It could be a JD5. And what is a security blanket for a rookie quarterback? It's a run game and it's a tight end. You know what I'm saying? So I think that even if it's second-year guy in Aiden O'Connell, he already has a rapport with Mayer, or a rookie guy. They always use that tight end as a security blanket in the run game. So I'm going Mayer, then Tyree Wilson, then Trey Tucker. Great question, man. Salute to S. Dot, my dog. Salute on the $5. Hey, Graphk, we probably got one of the best tight ends in the league, and we don't realize it. His name is Dylan Parham, former tight end. Yo, I don't think we're ever going to see Dylan Parham as a tight end, brother. That is funny shit, though. Salute to my guy. I think that Dylan Parham is going to be a dog this upcoming season, though. I think he's only going to continue to get better, especially if you keep him on the left side next to Colton Miller, where I think he's going to shine moving forward. Salute the top. Here's a question we aren't hearing much talk about, Docs. What type of offense do you think Getsy will install? And have you heard any talk about it? Nothing, brother. Nothing. I think at this point in the game, that's the biggest question mark that we have moving forward is, what is this offense? I think one thing we can agree on top is it's going to be a run-heavy offense to set up, the run's going to set up the pass. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I know that, they ran the football a lot. Previously in Chicago, they had a run-first quarterback in Justin Fields. You know what I mean? They had, I think, the 2nd best run game last year. I think we're going to run the football a lot. But I can't really say anything until we figure out who the quarterback is. Once we secure our quarterback, or if it's a guy on the existing roster, then we'll talk about that. I think we're going to do, you know what, Top? Great comment. We're going to do a show about that question alone, because we still don't know. Once we take the quarterback, we can break it down a little bit more. Salute to AR, my dog. Graphk, brother, what is your gut telling you? Telling we trade up and get JD5, or is your gut telling you we stay at 13? Do you realistically think that we're going to go up? I think that we play with the idea. I think that we make a call to see what it's going to take in order to move up. But to be honest with you, brother, my gut is telling me that we take a right tackle at 13. My gut is telling me that we take Fuaga at 13. And I felt like that for a while, and I'm going to stick to that. I think that we take Fuaga at 13, and I think that we figure out a way to move up if Michael Penix drops. And if not, I think we do target a Bo Nix in the 2nd round, or a Spencer Rattler, another guy that I'm hearing that we have some interest in. So realistically, I don't see it, because it takes a lot. New England has to play ball. The Commanders have to play ball. It's just a lot of moving parts in order to go get JD5. My gut is telling me Fuaga at 13. Salute to my guy on the $5 donation. I appreciate you, brother. Salute from Clips from the Crawl. Out of these two options, What would you rather do? One, trade 3 first rounds and a second this year for Daniels, or two, draft OT at 13 and trade back up in the first for our second round and first from next year? That's a really good question, Clips. And to be honest with you, man, this is the year that if you believe in Jayden Daniels, if you believe that he's going to be your guy, I got to go with one, bro. I got to go with one because that is AP and Tom Telesco saying we have our quarterback of the future. And that's all we need at this point. Well, there's some more needs, but that is the major need. We need that guy that can help usher in this Las Vegas era, a guy that can sell tickets, a guy that is exciting, a guy that can run the football as well as throw the football. I'm going one all the way, brother. I'm going one because if we do move up, their plan is to start him from day one and to be the guy moving forward. So I'm going to go with one. But I love both scenarios. I love both, but I'm going with one. Salute for Clips, man, my guy. Salute to Spivey. I think Tyree will blow up this year. Expect more from Bennett as well. Tucker in the new kickoff room. I love it. I love it, man. Salute to my guy Spivey. I definitely think that Tyree is going to get better in year 2. He's been working around the clock with Max at the facilities. He's been owning his craft. I definitely think Tyree's going to take the next step this year. Definitely, man. Salute to my guy. And I definitely do believe that Tucker is going to be a dog for us. Salute to my guy Spivey, man. Salute once again to my dog Brandon. We need wide receivers that can return kicks like a Rocket Ishmael, Tim Brown, Johnny Lee Higgins. Salute to my guy. And who's to say Trey Tucker ain't that guy? We may already have him on the roster. We may have him on the roster. But Brandon, keep an eye on a guy that we've talked about a lot over here, Anthony Gold out of Oregon State. Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him. That may be the guy that we take that can give us some reps at the receiver position out of the slot and also be that special teams ace. I would love to take a flyer on him in the 7th round if he's still there, or even as a UDFA because he may not even be drafted. Let me see. Damn, it don't even feel like we've been on here for over 2 hours. Raymond Grady, man, salute to you, family. Salute to all the new members as well. Let's see. Get a couple more questions in before I get out of here. Roy, I think you meant right tackle, but I agree with you. I definitely believe that the Commanders and Jayden Daniels are going to come to an agreement. He'll be their guy. And we'll stand pat at 13 and probably get our right tackle or corner. I can definitely see that being an option. Let me see. Yeah, facts, Chris. And he dealt with some injuries in year 1. When we took him out of UCLA, he was beat up. You know what I mean? And he definitely, year 1 was pretty rough. And then he ended up, coming to his own, and he's been phenomenal ever since. But I agree with you, Chris. Yeah, Jet also had a problem securing the football. He definitely had a problem catching the football, man. And it's funny. He was one of my favorite players growing up because of the speed factor. And I remember some big touchdowns from him, some Hail Marys, but he definitely had a problem securing the football. You know what I mean? But James Jet was fast as shit. He definitely lived up to his last name. Salute the Clips. You answered already, but I left off that trade up after the tackle pick at 13 was for Penix Jr. Laugh out loud. Salute to my guy Clips. Salute to my dog. Appreciate you, brother. Graphk, you doing a live for the draft? Yes, we'll be live all out in Detroit. Round 1, I don't know if we're going to be actually live because we're going to be in the draft. Day 2, we're going to be covering round 2 and round 3. And then the day 3, I'll be traveling back to Dallas from Detroit. So I was going to stay until Monday, but I'm going to come home early. So either way, we're going to be covering the draft all over the place. We'll be covering. We'll be doing recap shows after each day. We'll do some morning shows. We're going to be all over the place. And I agree with you, Swan. This draft is definitely going to be wild. Definitely. Roy, who do you think it's going to be? Who do you think it's going to be? I think there's 2 picks, 2 or 3 guys that I can see that fits that holy shit. How did he go in the first round? Bo Nix. he's one name to keep an eye on. I know a lot of people don't agree with it, but I'm saying, man, some team may get a little worried and be like, oh, we're about to miss out on all these guys, and they move up and go get them. Michael Penix is another name, which I wouldn't be shocked because I think he's going to be a great prospect at the next level. But Bo Nix is definitely a name to keep an eye on, who could be a potential top 10 surprise pick. There may be a receiver, Brian Thomas Jr., Roy, another guy that, kind of falls into that, teens range because of the Romes and the Marvin Harrison Jr.'s, you know what I mean? And the Malik Neighbors. Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on Brian Thomas. Somebody may value him over, those other guys. Keep an eye on him. He's gonna be a dog at the next level too. So maybe a Brian Thomas Jr., maybe a Byron Murphy. Maybe one of those teams value a defensive tackle and go get him, or maybe a team trades up to go get him. Who's to say? Yeah, I'm good off Xavier Worthy, man. I can't do it, man. He just watching him, the speed factor is there. I just don't trust his hands enough, to bring him in. Oh shit. Top, what's going on? What's going on, brother? I don't know what's going on, but wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. 13 more likes to go. Top said he's going to do something. Let me see. Okay. Okay, Torque. That's an interesting name in the first round. I haven't seen a Mason Smith in the first round at all. I think a Braden Fisk would be an interesting surprise first round pick in those 20s range. I can see that. Eli, okay. And you see what AB and those guys are reporting over there at CTE ESPN, right? They're saying that Minnesota's and the Chargers are working on a deal for Minnesota to move those draft picks to bring in Justin Herbert. I call cap on it, but hey, man, you never know. We've seen some wild shit. I can see that, Chris. JJ of the Pats can definitely see that. Let me see. Oh, he said to get to 500 likes. There you go. Hell yeah, man. Let's get to that 500 piece, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Max Melton. Okay. Another name. Corner out of Rutgers. Could be a potential sneaky first round pick. I think he goes in a second. I do. I think he goes in a second. But he could be a potential first round guy. What if the Niners took him? I can see the Niners taking Max Melton. Could see that. Shit, the Chiefs. They just lost their guy in free agency. Well, technically traded him to the Titans, but I can see that. Let me see. Brandon Dorless. Let me see. I've been saying LA drafts JJ and has him sit behind Herbert for a year or two and then gets out of Herbert's contract. That'd be crazy, man. That would be insane. I don't put anything past Harbaugh, though. Cowtown, that's a name that I've definitely – he could be one of those guys. He could be one of those guys. I could see him being a sneaky first-round pick. I would hate if the Chiefs got their hands on him. It'd be nasty work. Black Sunday, I agree. I agree with you, brother. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you are not subscribed yet, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're about to get out of here in about 5 minutes, man. There you go. Salute to everybody, man, to hit those thumbs up, man, to get us to 500. And salute to my brother Top Beats, man, for keeping the chat active, man. I appreciate you, brother. I know, Cowtown. I know, bro. I know. I'm just saying, man. It may happen, bro, and that's a scary thing to think about, man. Scary thing to think about. You guys, I'm excited. It is officially draft week. It is draft week. We will be in Detroit covering all 3 days. We're going to be on the ground floor, running out there at Ford Stadium, trying to get as many videos, pictures, all that good stuff behind the scenes for you guys as we can. We're going to be covering the draft also out there, morning shows, night shows. Day 2, Friday, we'll be covering the second and third rounds. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be live. We're going to be active all over the place. So make sure you stay tuned for what me and Wasted got in store out there. Other than that, man, I know there's going to be a lot of other great content creators doing some live streams for the draft. Make sure you tap in with them, you know what I mean, and support what they do as well. You know what I mean? We love everybody that does this thing, call Raiders content. So salute to everybody that's going to be doing their thing. And salute to Top Beats once again, my brother, man. You salute. Forever indebted, my brother. Forever indebted, man. Salute to all the new members because of my brother Top Beats, man. As always, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Salute to all the new members. If you missed out on these, hit the link. It's pinned up top. It's one of the best ways to support what we do over here. Let's get one more question in on the way out. Bro, I love the content. Always keep it at 100. I really want to give up on all the – I don't really want to give up all the capital for JD5. I'd rather get Fuaga and Penix and fill out other needs. Salute to my guy, Jason, man. Hey, either way, man, I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be all right, man. East Coast says, I wish I could have made it, but we're doing a charity drive for St. Jude all 3 days on our stream for the draft. I love that, brother. That is one of my favorite foundations. 2 years ago, I did the same thing for free agency. I think I did it last year. Oh, I did it last year, 2 years in a row during free agency as well. So salute to you for doing great things over there with you and your guys at East Coast Gridiron, brother. That's one of my favorite foundations. We've sent a lot of money over there, man, to support what they do because I think it's really one of the top foundations out there, man. So salute to you, brother. But yeah, you guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I hate to leave with 1,700 people still in the building. On the way out, wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. OakLosVegas.com. Go get you some drip. Go get you some merch. PlanetRaiders.com. Go check out our written format. Mike, Big Mike has been doing big things over there. And once again, you guys, Wasted will be dropping some articles also very, very soon. So salute to you guys as always. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm out. One.
What I'm talking about.